There we go. We have audio. Hey guys, welcome to Horror Addicts Live. I'm Gory B Movie.
I'm Danny Nightmare.
And we're Horror Addicts. Alright, can you guys hear us now? Because it looks like you should be able to hear us. Possibly.
Still no sound, or did it... Is that a yes?
Can you guys hear us? We're gonna wait. Can you hear us? Yay!
Right,
they can
sweet.
hear us.
Cool.
We're a little rusty, guys. We have had a 90-day streaming ban because we tried to do a commentary of Night of the Lepus.
Damn bunnies.
They will get you every time.
Apparently it was not Wabbit season and
It
we
was not
got in
Wabbit.
trouble.
Yeah, so unlike Twitch where you get a 24-hour ban, we got a 90-day ban, and I think that's a little extreme.
Yep. And I hear it's going around too, so be careful.
Yeah, not just us. I think Horror Show mentioned it happened to them. I know it happened to Dino.
Late horror show.
And I see a lot of our friends in the chat. Our girl Queenie Todd, she's like my horror little sister. I love her. Jason Takes a Megal, Cody Ray, Ben Grimm, Chop Block, love that guy. Isabel, Raiders, Nino,
CW.
Oddly R, and Chris Wright, who
Yes.
Chris Wright is going to be the coolest guy ever because I swear he shares like every one of our videos, which that helps the channel out so much. I mean, just sharing those videos, sharing them to your friends and family. If you're enjoying it, you know, they're going to check it out too. That helps a lot. So we really appreciate that.
Not only that, but he does like a shout out to every horror person in the community.
Yeah.
Like, you can
Also,
say a lot.
I really like Flashman. I see him over on Jack's show a lot. And Cody Ray's here. So guys, let me know if the stream looks okay, if it sounds okay. Like I said, we've been gone a while, so we're a little rusty at this.
Yeah.
Oh, Drake's here.
Ooh.
Drake is old school Horror Addicts, like back in the OG days, before most of you even knew about us. He was watching this.
Yep, he was friending with us a long time ago.
Yeah,
Still is.
he's ride or die Horror Addicts. God, that sounds so
You-
gangster. Are we gangster enough to say that?
Well, Drake is.
Drake is. Drake's gangster, therefore we are. And Oddly Art, he's over on our Discord. Which, by the way, guys, we have a Discord, and it's kind of a 24-hour chat, because I kind of catnap around the clock, so you can usually catch me on the Horror Addicts Discord, so check us out on there. There is a link in the description of most of our videos, so check it out. Drop maybe... Okay, I'm going to turn the mic down a little bit. Alright, let me know how that sounds. It's going to take a little bit of a delay, but let me know how that sounds, Jason. So today was date night.
Yep.
We were gonna go see ZZ Top, but we didn't get to the box office in time.
Yeah. And then we were like, oh, should we download it on our phone? Yeah, we're really hungry. Let's just go to eat.
So we went to Olive Garden. And then I heard my buddy Count Jacula was gonna do a stream, but I guess he had a cat emergency. So I decided to just do a stream, even though we're already doing a stream tomorrow. So honestly, we don't really have a lot of plans for this. There are a few things in the news I want to talk about. You want to talk about things in the news?
Sure. Bring it up.
All of you.
This is the
More,
news.
better, gooder now. Raiders, that's like my favorite comment now.
Okay.
So let's talk about horror in the news. There's quite a few things horror in the news. One, I want to start off with some good news, because I don't want to bum you out. You guys get enough bad news on Twitter all the time. I don't want to bum you out. You guys are my people. Dutch chairman. Sorry, I was loud, guys. I'm sorry. I just love Dutch chairman. And yes, prayers for Gomez. I love little Gomez, little black kitty of Count Jacula. I hope he's doing okay. And
Yeah.
Jack's my brother, so I really hope they're doing all right. I mean, not my blood brother, but he's my horror brother, which is it's almost
fam.
as tight. He's
Horror
fam.
family, yeah.
And yeah, he's my very first stream. That's how Jack and I became friends. So yeah, he's ride or die.
There's a
Horror
lot of
Addicts.
blood in horror, so when you're a horror family, you are blood related.
Yes.
It's related to blood, like
Yes.
in a sense.
I love you guys. Okay, so we were going to talk about news, and I promised you some good news. Do you want to hear some good fucking news?
Yeah, I'll bum them out in a second.
You're going to bum that?
Alright, go on.
The good... first, Drake wants to know what your shirt says.
It says Guarbecue 2014 when I went out to Haddad Lake in Richmond, Virginia for Odoris's Viking funeral.
Yeah, and sadly Odoris died around the time we got our dog, which is why our dog is named Rocky after Dave Rocky. Yeah. But oh shit, you better explain what Guarbecue is now, because Jason's confused.
Okay, Guarbecue is a giant barbecue that Guar usually hosts out in kind of nearby lake from where their backyard is, not too far from where they live. And when I went, they had Body Count, Misfits, and a shitload of other bands. It was great.
God, Misfits is my favorite band, and Guar is his favorite band. I really wish I could have gone. I think our son was having some health problems at the time, so I wasn't able to, but damn, I wish I could have gone.
I had to fly out there for Odoris's funeral. I mean, I'd go every year if I could, but unfortunately...
We are going to see them in concert this year, though.
I'm going to get killed on stage.
I hope so. That'd be great, love. I'd be happy for you. Of course, mine's Texas Chainsaw Massacre with my boy Leatherface. But about that good fucking news I promised you. So I don't know about you guys, but we are big movie collectors. I really want to do a video. If you guys are curious, I mean, sometimes I'm about ready to make a video and I just think you guys are going to not want to see that. I've thought about doing a room tour. You know, my tiny little office here has quite a few collectibles in it. And I've also thought about doing a Blu-ray tour, showing you guys our collection, which is ever growing. But I love the Scream Factory Blu-rays. Like that, even if it's a movie I'm not crazy about, if Scream Factory does a release of it, I need it in my life.
And they do a really good job, so.
Yes, and they just released a big update at Comic-Con about movies that they're releasing for the next year. So the ones coming out soon are, they're doing a big one of Creepshow. They've got steelbooks of like Halloween 2 and Night of the Demons coming out. They're also doing Trick or Treat. Sleepwalkers, guys. Sleepwalkers! Like, that is so underrated. Fucking Sleepwalkers. I love that shit. Sleepwalkers is my cat incest horror jam.
No vegetables, no dessert. That movie, I love it, but it's very corny.
It is very corny. I love that movie. It's got the white lighter, Leo, from Charmed in it. Guys, here's the one that I'm freaking out about. You guys know one of my favorite movies is The Craft. They're doing a Scream Factory edition of The Craft next year.
We're going to have to get upgrade.
I'm freaking out. Also, Garbage Day. They are doing Silent Night, Deadly Night. Is it Silent Night, Deadly Night? Yeah,
Part 2.
Part 2 this Christmas.
Garbage Day. You know, that guy actually, for last year was his first time he ever did a convention. Like, they finally got him out of his shell to come out and
Did you know that guy has been working on another Silent Night, Deadly Night movie, like his own. And like Zachary and Ben mentioned, also Candyman, and they've got 2 different covers for that. Oh, I am marking out so hard for that shit.
Ben's got his pre-ordered his Trick or Treat one, so there you go.
I can't wait. Because they haven't released all the cover art and stuff, so I'm really the Craft one. Like, I can't wait to see what they do with that. God, and there was tons. I am missing a ton that I'm forgetting to mention to you guys, but God, the list was really long. I'm just mentioning the ones that are off the top of my head. If you guys remember any other ones that they're doing, I might remember more as we continue to stream. But yeah, I am so excited, even though I've still got some, I still haven't even gotten Drag Me to Hell or Behind the Mask, which I really want to get those. But the problem is even though I'm a big collector, I'm also a cheapskate. So what I do is I add them all to my Amazon list, and when they go on sale for roughly $14.99, then I will grab them. Like, I just we just got a whole bunch. I got Serpent in the Rainbow. I got Lawnmower Man. I finally ordered Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which I really love. I want to get that Night of the Demons with the steelbook because I don't have that one yet, so I'd love to get the steelbook of it. I got Prince of Darkness for like $7.99. It was like a Prime special.
We also just got on 4K Ready Player One, which has some cool horror references in it.
By the way, if you guys ever want like digital codes, on our Patreon, we give out our digital codes every month. So for $1, you can get a ton of free movies every month. So even if you don't like the show and you just want free movies for $1 a month, You could just sign up to our Patreon for that.
$1 a month and be quick.
Which,
gobble them up.
We've been losing a lot of Patreons lately just because I think people get broke during the summer because of activities. So, just join for the free
my hours go down, so I make less money in the summer.
I know. God, the summer sucks.
I mean, I'm glad that I get to be home a little more, but...
But I'm excited because October is coming up. And you know what October means in Horror Addicts? Shocktober, bitches. So I bit off more than I could chew last year because last year I was like, Danny, I'm going to do 31 days of Shocktober. I'm going to do a motherfucking movie review every single day. I got about 15 days in before I realized that I just can't do that because I don't really... We do our Let's See views, but even then I can't help but add pictures usually if you guys watch those. I love editing. Mm-hmm. And so it's very hard for me to just do like a simple vlog type thing without any kind of fun stuff.
I get carried away. That's why
I
don't do a whole lot of reviews because I put so much time into the reviews I do because I want to edit all the stuff in there. I want to put openings and video clips and pictures and funny gags and stuff.
Yeah, that's the fun. I'm working on a Gozu review right now. Whenever I come up with just something funny to do visually, that's the fun stuff. I did a really funny visual gag, a couple funny ones for Gozu. I really hope you guys check that out. The intro we just did for Tourist Trap was a lot of fun. For us, that's what makes it really, really exciting. And so, yeah, we're happy. But like some videos, like our Jason ranking that we just did, that took about a month. From organizing it to, making the list, which is usually a combination of both of our lists, to filming it, to editing it. It takes so long. So, yeah, this year I'm going to do 13 nights of Shocktober. I can do 13. It's going to be 13 days in a row. Every single day it's going to be either Danny or I or both of us or Lols reviewing a horror movie in costume. This year we're going to dress up.
Halloween costumes.
Yeah. So it'll be 13 nights of Shocktober. I think it'll probably be maybe the first 13 days or the last 13 days of the month. I haven't decided yet.
Maybe spread them out. We'll figure it out.
And like last year, there'll be certain criteria, like, at least one by a female director, at least one slasher, at least one creature feature. Just because, that's what was fun about last year is it encouraged me to look at some movies that maybe I wouldn't normally review or I would have put off.
And of course, one full moon review.
Yes.
Which I think for October, I'm going to put that on our Patreon's page where you can vote on which full moon review you want for October.
And I'm going to be smart and I'm going to start early. I'm already starting to plan what our list is going to be. So I will have them done before October this time. You'll learn every year, guys. I mean, we've only been doing this like 3 years. So we get smarter every year.
Speaking of hot summer weather, Kevin wants to know what our favorite shark movie is that isn't Jaws.
Favorite shark movie that's not Jaws?
Other than Jaws, what's our favorite shark movie?
Off the top of my head, I would say Shark Week.
Shark Week?
I feel like I'm missing a really big one, though. But off the top of my head, I like Shark Week a lot. I think Shark Week doesn't get enough play. Sharks in a lake. That was pretty fun.
I enjoyed the first Deep Blue Sea. I've yet to watch the second one.
I like the first Deep Blue Sea, too. Yeah, Ben, it's going to be a different costume every vid. You guys, we have... like 3 trunks of costumes because we love Halloween. Like, we love kid Halloween. Like, we love to go trick-or-treating with our son. We're kind of nervous because our kid's almost done trick-or-treating. So we need like a niece or a nephew or grandkids or something. Well, not grandkids just yet because he's still only 14. But we need to borrow somebody's kids so we can go trick-or-treating because I've managed to trick-or-treat every single year of my life, either because I had little brothers, I borrowed somebody's little brothers, I borrowed somebody's younger siblings. Like, I'd be dating somebody and be like, oh, you have a daughter? May I take her trick-or-treating? So I've never missed a year of trick-or-treating, and I never will. Just watch Night of the Creeps, Isabel says. Oh, I love that one. Thrill me, Isabel. Yep. Thrill me. Though I have to say, it's kind of interesting because that's the first time I watched it. I think it's just because people mark out for it so hard. I was like, this is it?
Yeah, I showed it to you.
Yeah, and the more I watch it, the more, especially because of Tom Adkins, the more it's just become kind of a favorite of mine.
Yeah, Tom Adkins is the shit. Plus, it just got so much going on. There's like the escaped mental patient, there's aliens, there's zombies, there's slugs. It's a lot going on, but I love that movie. I heard Deep Blue Sea sucked too. I haven't seen it, but I heard it does suck. So.
Yeah, and I saw Bloodbath and Beyond's review about it. We have it. We rented it a while ago. Just haven't watched it. Hey, Benny, what up?
I'm looking forward to the Meg, kind of. I don't know if it's going to be good, but...
Yeah, I want to see that.
It looks fun. It doesn't look like it's going to be real good, but it looks like I can have fun.
What would you say your favorite non-Jaws?
I don't know. Like
You like Jaws 4, dude.
No, I don't.
Yes, you fucking do. Don't fucking lie.
I like Jaws 2.
Oh, you know what was good? Ghost Shark, where there's a shark in the bathroom.
It was garbage.
Shut up, Dan. It was hilarious.
Shark Exorcist was also
I do like
garbage.
some of the shit. Like, sometimes Bait was kind of funny.
Was Bait what was the one that was like in Australia?
Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to go maybe Sharknado 2?
Sharknado 2 is my favorite of the Sharknadoes.
Yeah, maybe Sharknado 2.
Sharknado 2 actually got me to kind of like Tara Reid, which I never thought I would do. I really hate Tara Reid up until then, but now...
You love her in Sharknado.
Now I do. I didn't like her in the first one, and I didn't like her like anything else I've ever seen her in, but then Sharknado 2 turned me on someone I've disliked, so therefore it must have been a pretty good movie.
So Ariel wants you to know that she rented Truth or Dare. Did you see our Let's See of that one? We were not impressed.
No, but I didn't have high hopes for it either.
How come Ariel only talks to you? Are you her new friend and not me?
Mm-hmm.
What? What am I chopped liver over here?
No, she said, Gory, don't worry, that she has all the list for your Shocktober.
All right, I don't feel left out anymore.
She was talking to you.
I'm good.
And so, yeah. I think there's a shark movie that I really like, but I just can't think of it right now.
I know. You know what? We have a list on our letterbox.
All right.
All right.
I liked Street Sharks when I was a kid.
Street Sharks, like the TV show?
The turtle ripoff. I mean, Turtles was way better.
I remember my brothers had the action figures.
The action figures were the coolest part. The show wasn't that great, but the action figures, they were bulky and they chomped.
Is it weird that I thought they were kind of sexy? I was really into muscles as a kid. Like, my first crush was Donatello from Ninja Turtles.
In fact, I think I gave a couple of them to Lals. I think he has some of my old Street Sharks.
Oh,
when
yeah?
I was a kid, yeah.
Ben wants to know if you saw the trailer for Goosebumps 2.
I have not watched it. Me and Lulz will be watching it probably tomorrow. I have heard, though, that Jack Black is not going to be in it, and that is very disappointing.
I've also heard that this one's supposed to be a little more, like, younger directed than the first one, like, for younger kids.
Oh, well... we'll still see it.
Okay, here we go. Complete list of shark films. On my letterbox, I have tons of lists.
47 Meters Deep was good.
Oh, yeah. 47 Meters Down was really good. God, you know what? I saw Open Water when I was pregnant. And when I was pregnant, like, horror movies got me hard. And I saw that with my mom. And I just, like, started bawling. I don't know. I bawled during that. I cried during Cabin in the Woods. Once when I was pregnant, I cried during... I did cry during Alien. Just that was more fear crying because I was like, something's gonna burst out of me. But I cried during Scooby Doo because I was moved that they were all working together. Seriously, guys, having children fucks you up. Hormones. Hey, Flashman just gave us $2, dude.
Oh, well.
You know what that means?
Thank you.
Thank you, Flashman.
You get a dance, Flashman. I like The Shallows. It wasn't amazing, but I liked it.
Yeah, Shark Night was good. That's what it was. Shark Night.
Shark Night was really good. It had the kid from Hatchet in it.
God, I really want to see Sharktopolis versus Werewolf. I also want to see House Shark. House Shark, Dan. Ugh. I like sharks in places where sharks should not be.
Then Hogan's daughter was in Two-Headed Shark. That sucked.
Go Shark.
Danny Trejo and Rob Van Dam are in Three-Headed Shark. It was still pretty shitty. I think they have Five-Headed Shark. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, they have that. I mean, the ones where they know their shit and they run with it are pretty good. That's where I really want to see House Shark.
They're okay. Like, I give them... There's the unofficial Jaws 5 Cruel Jaws, where I swear that they casted the guy to be Hulk Hogan because they couldn't get Hulk Hogan.
Do you remember Arkansas Women's Prison? That was shit.
I think I fell asleep halfway through.
It was shit. I want to see Zombie Shark. You know what?
Zombie is a great movie.
But Zombie is a great example because of the shark versus zombie. I want to see Sharkenstein too, but it's probably gonna be. See, that's the thing is I always see the covers.
And you get all pumped.
And it's like when you're a little kid and you're in the toy aisle and you think something is gonna be amazing, and then you get home and it breaks and it's just crap.
Yeah.
Hey, my girl Dice is here.
What's up, Dice?
So the stream says that the health of it is okay. I don't know what that means on your guys' end, so let me know if it's all good.
Piranha Movies. Yeah, they're usually better than the shark movies, because I can't really say I didn't like any of the Piranhas. I liked Piranha 1, like Piranha 2, that Peter Jackson did, with the flying ones, and then later they had some great remakes, honestly.
I have to say I really did enjoy the remakes, especially I love a good penectomy, and when Jerry O'Connell gets his dick bitten off
and
in
then
the
later
remake,
it burps it up. It's like, bleh.
Oh, I loved that. That was fun. So Benny wants to know what horror movies we find hilarious. I thought that was hilarious.
Piranha Double D was great.
Benny, I have to ask though, do you mean we think it's hilarious and that it's so bad it's hilarious, or that it's just a really funny movie? Because I'd say those are two different things. Like, a really great funny movie is Shaun of the Dead, but it's meant to be funny.
Yeah.
But a movie that's so goddamn shitty that I still think it's really funny
And I like
would
it.
be like The Suckling. God, I love The Suckling. I love The Suckling so much, and I don't think I'm supposed to love it that much because it's about an aborted fetus that kills people, but god damn do I love that movie. I love puppets.
Did I say somebody? I thought I said James Cameron. Maybe I said Peter Jackson on accident. Sometimes I say their names wrong.
Yeah, Peter Jackson did Piranha
Kong.
Part 2.
No, James Cameron did.
He did?
Yeah, I think
for some
I think
reason
I said Peter
Jackson
Jackson
did.
earlier too, but I meant James Cameron.
Well, I guess I was wrong. For some reason, I thought he did. I want to check out The Reef, says Zachary Heath. Yeah, I think The Reef is also sometimes called Open Water 2. I don't know. I think I've seen that one and it wasn't very good.
Open Water 3.
I also liked The Shallows was pretty good.
Shallow was pretty good.
The ending was kind of eh.
It wasn't amazing, but I did like it. Open Water 3, I want to talk about that one. The sharks actually looked pretty good, but the acting was cheesy as all fuck. And they had a raft.
They had a raft!
They're idiots, find a raft, and they climb into it, and they're gonna be rescued with the raft, but then they shoot off a flare gun inside the raft and burn it down.
Yeah, Flashman, I
Water
believe
3.
the first Piranha is Roger Corman, but I'm not super an expert on the Piranha movies, so I could be wrong, but
Sounds right.
I thought Peter Jackson at least worked on Piranha 2, the original. So Benny said scary, good, and funny. Well, that I'd have to say Evil Dead 2. It'd probably be the best one that's scary, but it's also just a really great film. Brain Dead is another one that comes to mind. A movie that I really love horror because I feel like with horror you get more of an experience than you get with a lot of movies. Like, there are horror movies that have romance, they have comedy, they have parts that genuinely scare you, they have action. So why settle for an action movie or a romance movie when a really good horror movie has all of that? I think
Shaun of the Dead, as you mentioned earlier.
Shaun of the Dead is fantastic. One of my recent favorites is The Final Girls. I mean, that movie will make you laugh, it'll make you cry.
And
it's amazing.
Zombieland.
Aw.
But yeah, you get more. You get a big chunk of everything, and that's why I hate it when people really shit on horror because, well, yeah, there are some cheesy ass horrors where all you're gonna get is one thing, but if you really look into it, there's so much more.
And I had a kind of an argument. My brother and I are very, very close, but we don't have hardly anything in common. We're very close, but we're very opposite. Except for computers. We both love computers. But my brother really hates horror movies. And I love horror movies. And I love having him on the show. And he's like, why? And I said, just because it's fun to get a different perspective. My perspective is not the definitive one. It's not the only answer out there. And I like to hear different people's point of view. But we were talking a lot about horror. And he said the reason he doesn't like it is because he feels that all horror movies are the same. And I said, I really have to disagree with you on that because I feel with any genre, whenever there's something popular, you get a number of knockoffs. I mean, how many movies have we seen that are just like Rambo or just like Rocky? And every romantic comedy hits the same beats. But the difference is with horror, because it has that fantasy element, because it has that element of the unknown, you have a chance to see something you've never fucking seen before.
Oh, yeah.
Like Get Out. Never saw a movie like that before. I mean, yes, it has echoes of Stepford Wives, but that completely blew my mind. And it's for those hidden gems that I think horror is the reason why. That's the reason why horror is my favorite genre. Oh, yeah. Because every so often you find something and it completely blows your fucking mind and makes you rethink everything.
All the feels.
Yes.
You can get all the feels with it. There are some where they're just going to give you one straightforward feel. There are cliches in every genre. So I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but you really look into it. You can get
Zach,
really
are we
good shit.
nicknaming my brother Skinface now? Because I'm totally okay with that.
We thought Leatherface. He was over here. He wanted to watch the Blair Witch with you.
He did.
How'd that go?
He hated it.
Even though it's his
He
idea.
loves the original Blair Witch. So funny story about Dusty, my brother, who, by the way, if you guys watch the Wilson Hart episodes, that was all completely done with his equipment, and he edited all those. So he's really cool. But Dusty also loves some horror movies. Like the original Grudge scared him so bad that he had a nightmare where he heard that and he fell out of bed and broke his toe. And he also loves the original Blair Witch. So he watched the remake or the sequel, however you want to look at it, and he didn't like it.
Actually, didn't mind it too much, but I had little expectations going into it, so...
Dice, you and me both, girl. Like, I didn't even think Mamma Mia was that bad, but damn, they are over promoting the shit out of that movie.
Yeah, I haven't even, seen it, but it's giving me a headache. Isn't there, the second one out now or whatever? Is that what...
Yeah, it's like, Mamma Mia, here we go again. I had a friend, roommate, who was really into musicals, so there was a period there where we watched a lot of them, and it was okay, but it's not something I need to see right now.
Yeah, I remember I went to go see Sweeney Todd, but I did not know it was a musical.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I went with my sister and a friend of mine and Cliff and Abby, they're friends of ours. And they were there. We met them with it. And I burst out laughing, just almost spit pop all over everybody. As the moment as I think Johnny Depp was on the boat heading into London and he just broke out into song and I was not expecting that. Because I didn't think it was a musical. And once I got it, grasped it was a musical, okay, it's a musical. And I liked it. But at first I was what?
Yeah, you have to know going into
guard.
it. I love the Buffy musical, but if that was your first episode of Buffy, it would be weird.
It caught me really off guard. I was like, whoa, I did not expect a musical.
Yeah, I liked some. I watched Devil's Carnival 1 and 2 with a couple friends and Rabbit yesterday. That was alright. Yeah. I love Repo. That's a great horror musical. Mm-hmm. Of course, Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, what was
Rocky
that?
Horror Picture Show.
What was that reboot that was a musical? Where they're at camp?
Stage Fright.
Stage Fright, yes.
Stage Fright is so good.
That's a good musical horror right there. So...
All right, we're breaking Ariel's heart, apparently. Oh, hey, guys. Also, Ben, we have gone to the Evil Dead musical twice. It tends to come up here a lot during Danny's birthday. And we always sit in the splatter zone. They offer you a poncho, but you know what? Ponchos are for bitches.
Yeah, you wear a white shirt and you'd be proud to get covered in blood. Same thing with Guar, which is also around my birthday.
Yes.
We just like to get sprayed.
I have the DVD of the Toxic Avenger musical, and I have
it yet, though.
The Jekyll and Hyde where it's David Hasselhoff.
Oh, okay. Zachary Hayes was pointing out the Buffy reboot. Actually, I was going to mention this because you mentioned what Comic-Con announced earlier about the Scream Factories. I was also going to say something else got announced at Comic-Con. Not the Teen Titans reboot, but that is getting announced as well. I'm talking about the Buffy reboot.
Okay, so to give you guys an idea, I breathe Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I am obsessed with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's my favorite show of all time. I watched it when it aired. I watch it all the time now. My house is like a shrine to Buffy.
She's downstairs, but we have a big cardboard cutout of Buffy. If you've seen any of her really old episodes, she was always in the background back then.
Yes, I worship Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So I'm very reluctant about a reboot. Originally they talked about one and it was going to have Megan Fox in it and it wasn't going to have Joss Whedon, and I had to agree with the entire cast that that's a terrible idea because Buffy the Vampire Slayer has been Joss Whedon's baby from day one, from the movie that was adapted to a TV show. So the difference now is Joss Whedon is going to be an executive producer, but even that doesn't mean that it's going to be entirely good.
It is
executive
a plus,
producer doesn't have complete control. And if you saw his Wonder Woman treatment...
And his Batgirl script.
Yeah, I love Joss Whedon, but he's not without his flaws. Then there's the other big news. That Buffy is going to be black.
Which, my problem with that is that's their selling point.
That's what bothers me. And it has nothing to do... What bothers me is that they're using it as a selling point. It's like... they're trying to be edgy or something, and they're going about this the wrong way. They should be thinking about Buffy in terms of story. Like, how can we tell a great story? And obviously, since they're just saying, hey, Buffy's black, but we don't even have anybody cast, it shows they're trying to say, look how progressive we are, and they're trying to market that over story. And so to me, that shows that they've got their priorities in the wrong place.
Yeah, I feel like it's, they're just trying to kind of like, hey, it's going to be different this time, but it's not going to be different at all. It's probably the same shit we've seen over and over again. If they had a black actress and she went in for the part and she nailed it, I'd be okay. That's cool. I'm on board for that. But they don't have an actress. They're just like,
they haven't.
That's why you need to come see it. It's like, well, I wasn't on board with Megan Fox playing.
An example is Reanimator. In the original H.P. Lovecraft story, Herbert West was blonde, very Aryan looking. Mm-hmm. And they were looking for somebody like that, but Jeffrey Combs didn't know that when he auditioned. And he read, and they're like, oh shit, he is Herbert West. Yeah. If it was that situation where they were looking for a Buffy, and they found a girl, she happens to be black, she blew them away, I would be like, definitely, absolutely. But the fact that they're just saying, Buffy's black, and they don't even have anybody in mind shows they're not even thinking about story right now. They're trying to think about marketing. And that's all about making money. That's not about good movie making.
So
it's not about good TV show making.
It doesn't mean it's going to be horrible. I'm worried on where they're going in that route.
I'm nervous. Yeah. I'm really nervous. The other thing is, if you listen to Joss Whedon when he first started Buffy, you watch a lot of the special features, the inspiration for Buffy came from it. She's the blonde girl who gets killed at the beginning of the horror movie.
Hell,
she is supposed to be that ditzy blonde cheerleader girl. There's a reason why she's a blonde White Valley girl. And I feel like changing that changes the character. I mean, you can't trade up people's skin tones like it's just a different variation. Yeah. You know, I have no idea what it's like to be raised black and stuff. But I imagine that if I was, it would completely change the person I am.
Yeah.
The way people treat you, everything, your upbringing, your history. I mean, I have a lot of pride in being British. I know how meaningful that is to me. So, yeah, changing that in Buffy does change the character. It's not just a different variation. It's not just like changing her hair color.
Would you want a white Blade? No, I mean, no, right?
And when Blade was coming out, they wanted to make Blade white. And that would have been a huge mistake. That completely changes Blade. Blade is a black man.
I think Wesley Snipes nailed it. But
absolutely.
Before he was given that role, they thought a long time ago, because the Blade movie came out a long time ago, they almost made him white. And that would have been a tragedy.
Can you imagine a white Blade? And I feel like Buffy is not any different. If you do that, you change who she is. I would much rather see them do a reboot with a different character. Why does it have to be Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Well, if you're going to change who she is, then why is it her?
Kendra is black. She's a very fascinating character. Fuck, Beyonce Lawson is still gorgeous.
Nikki Woods.
Nikki Woods, who's Robin's mother, set back in like the 80s.
The one that Spike killed in the subway.
Yes.
But I'd love to see her life on her story.
Either of those would be fantastic. Also because there are so many Slayers in the world now. You don't even have to use a formally introduced character. You could create a new one. In fact, a book I'm very excited about coming out in January next year. I wish I could remember the name of it. If you go to our Discord, I'll be sure to post a link. But a gal is making a book about just a random Slayer in this new world where there are so many Slayers. And I'm more excited about that than a Buffy reboot. That universe has just expanded so much. And the talks about reboots have been so limited. This should be expanded in a way like Star Trek or Star Wars has. You know, they don't keep trying to bring back Kirk. They bring you a new crew. Yeah. You know, with Star Wars, we also have Rebels. We have Clone Wars. We have prequels. We have a whole bunch of different characters added all the time. And I think a reboot would be so much more interesting with different characters.
What's up, Real James? But yeah, I don't know. Like, it looks like hopefully it's going to be good.
Yeah, Chase, I did hear that reboot sequel. The point is with that, what's upsetting me about it is that they are having Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the character, in it. And I wouldn't mind something in that universe. I just don't want to see anybody else play Buffy. And yes, Zachary, I do read the comics. I'm actually really into them. I have all the library editions. Eventually I want to review them for you guys because I love the comics. Pretty much anything Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Their whole row is just that.
My house is a Buffy shrine. I love Buffy. And
That's him, some Tank Girl down there.
Oh,
Yeah. Good stuff. I don't know. I feel like they're going to throw away a lot of canon that they could like expand on instead of start over from scratch.
Yeah, expand the universe. Don't, go back and redo stuff we already have.
For no reason. Like, it doesn't seem like a good enough reason right now. But, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I still got my fingers crossed. Maybe it's going to be good. We'll find out.
One of my favorite books, I really have to recommend this if you are a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan. There is a book called Carpe Diem by Julie Kenner. And in this, it's very much like if Buffy the Vampire Slayer grew up. It's a woman, when she was young, she was raised in like kind of the Vatican. And she and a handful of others were trained to kill demons. She fell in love with one of the other demon hunters. They had a kid and he was killed. And then after that, she decides, no, I have a baby now. I can't live this life anymore. So she goes completely off the grid. She marries a nice, normal politician who knows nothing about her life. She's a housewife. She has a baby. She is a teenager. Nobody knows how she grew up. And then the demons come back. And so she's planning, house parties and stuff for her husband, who's a politician, also having to deal with her past, which is going to bite her in the ass in the form of demons attacking her at the fucking grocery store where she's pushing her kid. I would love it if they would reboot Buffy like that. Her, right now, her current age, trying to have a life, but responsibilities of being the Slayer have come back. Even though there are Slayers all over the world, she is still Buffy. She is still, the chosen one.
That's just kind of sad. We never got the movie or TV show of her living in the castle with all the Slayers and her sister's a giant. Looks like it might be a different character, so that's what they're saying now. I didn't read that.
Oh, I haven't heard that it's a new Slayer. I heard that Buffy was going to be in it and she was going to be black. So if it's a new Slayer, I am completely on board.
Hell yeah.
So I'm really hoping that
that's the case, yeah.
Chase has got some new information that I haven't got, because last I researched it was...
Ooh, you know what I really want? How many of you have ever read Frey? Because I want a Frey movie. It's almost like Hellboy, because it's so far in the future, but it's got all these like cool demons like Hellboy. But yeah, I like that Slayer. I wish she would get a movie or show.
Oh, she's so badass.
Even an animated show, something
it's
like
very future. The future Slayers, and at one point in the Buffy comics, they do crossover.
Yeah, Buffy really and her do kind of like how Buffy crossed over with the original Slayer, like because some time travel-y stuff, magic. But yeah,
Frey is badass.
Oh yeah, in fact, an anime movie would be really good because since how futuristic it is, that would be able to do it some justice. So.
Something else that's similar to Buffy that I've been promised a TV show or a movie about for so long is Hack Slash.
Yeah.
Damn, would I kill for a Hack Slash TV show or movie? Hack Slash is a girl who, in this universe, there are slashers, like our boy Danny here, who are just bad guys who just can't die and like to kill people. And she finds out she's particularly good at putting them down, particularly when she finds out her mother, the lunch lady, is one. And then she teams up with this cool vampire Vlad, who's just a big teddy bear. And it's just great comic series.
Well, Chase, if you are correct on that, then we are on board because...
All right, Chase. Well,
that's all we wanted. We just wanted something new, not to be starting over from scratch. So that was all we were worried.
Another girl also named Buffy. Okay, that's dumb. Give her a new name.
Maybe she's named after her. Like, they purposely did that.
Possibly.
That's fine. We named her after the Great Slayer. Okay, let's go with that. But
Danny always said if we had a daughter, he would name her Buffy.
That'd be at least her middle name. Oh, Buffy. I had a dream I had a daughter named Buffy, and if I ever have one in real life, I want to make it come true.
There is no Buffy, only Zool.
Fair enough.
All right, I think I've ranted enough about Buffy. Okay, back to happy news? Back to happy news. I have great news that you guys probably already know. But Joe Bob Briggs did say during the last drive in his 24-hour dusk to dawn to dusk marathon that it was going to be the very last he'd ever do as far as horror hosting. Mm-hmm. Well, he broke the internet. He broke Twitter. Like, it overloaded their servers.
Definitely the best thing that was on Shudder. Like, the ratings for Shudder just went on that out of nowhere. So
it was the horror event of the year. Mm-hmm. And he posted on Twitter that the people have suffered enough, and he's going to come back and do another Shudder marathon.
Sweet. I don't even care if he's doing marathons. I just want him on Shudder, you know?
I would
even if he just did like one a week, I'd be great. Like just a show, like a series.
Even if he did just like a podcast or something, I just need more Joe Bob in my life.
Hell yeah, we need more Joe Bob.
Oh, Kat wants in.
Kat wants in.
Hi,
how many of you caught the Shudder marathon, Joe Bob Briggs?
There's a couple parts. One where he was talking about Frank Henenlotter and Basket Case, and another part where he was talking about, you know, the history of horror hosting, and then the very end when the credits rolled after Pieces. Dude, that got me in my feels.
And, you know, in a way, we're kind of horror hosts, and we got a lot of awesome horror host friends in the chat right now. So, cheers to all you.
And if you don't have Shudder, another reason I'd highly recommend it. One, you can find a coupon code just about anywhere to get a free month to test it out. But did you know Shudder is also going to have an anthology series for Creepshow?
Okay.
I am so marking out for that.
You think Stephen King's going to do some commentary or something?
I hope he's at least somehow involved, or at least they adapt more of his short stories, which is something we saw in the first two Creepshow movies.
Oh, yeah. It's meteor shit. That's like my favorite line. Not my favorite one of the episodes, but it's my favorite line, probably.
I think my favorite moment during the Joe Bob Briggs marathon was during The Legend of Bobby Creek, where they're all singing the song,
yeah.
And then the camera gets all sparkly. That was adorable.
I liked when the male girl, she was all like dressed like a Sasquatch.
She did all her cosplay. She's
Lots
sweet.
of cosplay.
She follows us on Twitter.
She's cool. Kinky Horror. Follow her on Twitter.
Yeah.
And she has a very kinky background, but she's all in about the horror these days, so.
Whatever. We don't judge.
No, we don't.
We don't judge.
I'm just saying, if you want to go out there and find it, you can. Just be respectful.
What else in horror news? We covered Buffy and Joe Bob, which we were going to make a video for, but whatever. We just covered it.
Yeah, Jack Black not being in Goosebumps. That's sad. I'll still give it a shot, but I'm not sounding like it's going to be great. I am looking forward to Jack Black's other movie, though. The
House. Whoa! Did you see that?
Did you make it?
Yes.
Good.
I totally flicked that, and it went right into the garbage.
It's a pretty big garbage. Yeah, it's not that impressive.
It was totes impressive.
Like, you know, if you were playing skee ball, that would have been 10 points.
Shut up, it would have been 50. Don't be a jerk. Anyhow.
Just messing with you. Oh, yeah, the house with the clocks on the wall, what was it called?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Eli Roth is directing it.
And, yeah, so that looks interesting.
Which is interesting, because originally I heard Eli Roth was working on a Bad Seed remake. Turns out there is still going to be a Bad Seed remake as well, possibly next year. Rob Lowe is directing it, and Patty McCormick, who played Rhoda, the little girl in it, will be back in a supporting role.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking love the Bad Seed, so I cannot wait. I want an R-rated Bad Seed with lots of blood.
Yes, that's what we need. Lots more blood.
Fuck, give Macaulay Culkin and Elijah Wood in that shit too, because Good Son was basically a remake of the Bad Seed.
Yeah, I like The Good Son. It was a fucked up movie, though.
I haven't seen Castle Rock. Ben, is it good? I'm thinking about doing a trailer reaction to the Castle Rock things, like maybe film one tonight or tomorrow. So, I don't know, is it any good? I really want to, because I love Skarsgård, Sissy Spacek's in it. I've heard some, I don't know, it sounds interesting. I mean, because Stephen King started a multiverse way before, you know, the Dark Universe and a lot of the ones that are trying to do it now did.
Yeah, we had to renew our Shudder just for the Joe Bob.
Yes.
The Real James said that's why he's keeping it. Or Ben said that. Real James says 1 through 3 Halloween on 4K.
Nice. I also saw Christine on
Let's see.
4K. I need to get Christine on 4K. Because we don't even have that on Blu-ray. We have it on DVD.
Oh, yeah, we've seen Starry Eyes, and that is a great movie, Isabel.
We have that on DVD. Todd in the Book of Pure Evil is really good. The thing is with Todd in the Book of Pure Evil is it kind of ends on a cliffhanger because it got canceled. But there was an animated movie follow-up that I have not been able to find anywhere. So if you guys know where I can purchase that, I would dig that.
When I was looking for it, I think I saw like that it was in some festivals or something, but I've never seen a copy of it or been able to find one.
I haven't been able to find it anywhere. I would love to purchase a copy, though.
That was the one that we always thought would have been kind of funny if it did have a crossover with Buffy, because it was a very similar thing.
Yeah, I agree.
A little more crude, obviously, but they had a lot more trouble with that book than she probably would have. But
a crossover, well, Well, I'm glad Gomez is doing okay. Poor baby.
Got the stitches, the cone of the shame.
Is Jack back? I don't know. Should we go check on Jack? I'm gonna go on Twitter and see if he messaged me. Alright. You talk while I message Jack.
Let's see here. Sorry, Eyes was great.
Why don't you talk about what we're working on?
Currently, I am working on a Lost episode when me and Laws originally reviewed the original Goosebumps, but we did that like 3 years ago, so it's gonna be a bit interesting. Like, the editing will be new, but all the film will have been about 3 years old, so back when Goosebumps came out anyways.
Sorry.
You were working on, what are you working on?
Text Jack because you're closer to the keyboard. Poor boy, and we're streaming if he wants to come say hi. What am I working on? I'm editing a review of Gozu, and I have a script all written out for my review of The Burning. I still gotta finish filming that and editing that. I have a script for my review of The Endless. I'm gonna do that soon. Laws and I are gonna review Daphne and Velma soon because we love us some Scooby-Doo. Might even do Scooby Natural because we loved that. I'm going to do a review of, have some book reviews planned, like The Harvester, which I want to do with you. Yeah, that's kind of what I got planned. Oh, they showed it on Chiller, oddly. I'm going to have to look that up because, I'm not sure if we have Chiller, if they still have that, but, I have hiccups.
The hiccups, huh?
Take over for me, I have hiccups.
Drink water.
Look at the cute dogs.
Oh yeah, little dogs in their matching beds just passed out back there.
They're in their matching beds and they have very, very short haircuts because they got really hot, so
we buzzed them. About time for a buzz myself.
Yeah, so Jack says Gomez has a little nasty wound, but he'll be okay. Well, I'm glad he's gonna be okay.
Oh, he's at the vet now. Okay. Oops. Oh well.
Outcast. Gomez.
No, we have not.
We have the first episode, because the first episode was free, so we do have that. It's based on the comic.
Alright.
So, which was also by Richard Kirkman. Haven't watched it yet. I also haven't watched the Exorcist TV show. Are you guys watching the Exorcist TV show? And if you are, what do you think of it? Because I've heard mixed things, but I also heard that Linda Blair was involved, so now I kind of have to watch it.
Well, we watched some Channel Zero, but then we're right now we're kind of in a non-horror TV funk. Like we threw Glow, and now we're on Luke Cage.
I've been watching a lot of Key and Peele lately.
So we'll get back to horror shows real soon.
Well, Laws and I just caught up on iZombie on Netflix.
Oh, there
we
you
just
go.
had the news. Holy shit, guys! The most recent season of iZombie on Netflix. I laughed. I cried. I had a craving for brains. It was good.
Oddly, Art does say that Chiller did go under. I do believe
dang it.
That's what I thought happened.
Yeah, Ben mentioned The Endless, and what's cool about The Endless is it is in the same universe as their first movie that they did together, Resolution.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I didn't like Resolution the first time I saw it, but The Endless made me like it. And I personally have it in my review that I think Spring could also possibly be in that universe.
I wouldn't rule it out. I think almost all their stuff is within kind of the same universe. And Spring was my favorite of all of them, but I love
Spring.
I like
so
Endless
good.
a lot, and Resolution's a little better now that I've seen the Endless. I wouldn't say I really like it, but
I'll have a
I
review for that soon. I also just want to do some just campy reviews. I want to review The Suckling for you guys, and I want to review Waxwork 1 and 2. I don't know. What do you guys want to see? Do you guys like new stuff? Do you like cheesy stuff? I bounce around a lot. I kind of do just whatever tickles my fancy.
Gory, you have some explaining to do. Suckling was supposed to be our Mother's Day review. You dropped the ball on that.
I know. I was going to do Happy Birthday to me on my birthday, too, but I guess I'm behind.
I know. I get how it goes. But
I also prioritize our Patreon reviews because, we have a thing on Patreon where people can request reviews, and because they're helping support the show, I try to prioritize those. So that's where Gozu came from and the Jason list. So
I know. It happens to me all the time, too.
Not enough time and too many things I want to do.
Normally, we do something that's Mother's Day related for Mother's Day.
I know. Well, you know what we should do next year? We should do a whole week of just movies called Mother's Day, because I can think of at least like 6.
Yeah.
Mother's Day Massacre, Mother's Day the remake. There's a shit ton of them, Danny.
I know. Waxworks. That's a good movie.
I was just saying, I want to review Waxwork 1 and 2. I just got the double collection from Vestron.
Yeah.
So I have a soft spot for those movies. I want to review those. I really love obscure, cheesy 80s movies. We're going to announce this here first. Ready?
Right, do it.
We have a really fun collab coming up. So we love old school horror host, and I remember watching Dr. Gangrene back like when he was originally live, and it's so cool that he's on YouTube now and he's posting his old stuff and he's still creating content, and he asked to do a collab with us. So what we're doing is he invited us to review The Evil from, I believe, 1978 on his channel. And then we're inviting him over to do a surprise movie right afterwards on our channel. So You're going to get 2 Horror Addicts cheesy old school reviews and 2 Dr. Gangrene reviews on 2 different channels.
Yes. I would say Warlock is good.
I love Warlock. Warlock is fun.
I mean, yeah, it's good and it's not.
I gotta say,
overall,
I'm drawing such
enjoyable.
a big blank right now, but the guy who plays the Warlock, who was also unboxing Helena... God, why am I drawing a blank?
I like it when he steals a little kid's eyes.
What the fuck's his name? Somebody help me, because I know this and I can't even fucking remember his name right now. Julian Sands. Yeah, oh my god. Boxing Helena. That was like, yeah.
I like it when they bury him in the salted earth so he can't get out. My favorite part of Warlock, though, is I like to watch, especially on VHS days, where you just put it on slow, you know, and slowly move your video footage. And it's when they open up the plane cargo that he, like, flies out of, but if you're on slow, you can see it's this mannequin dummy thing on a string that they just pull out as fast as they can.
And I know I have a lot of my friends here from the Slut Pit. You know, I think of the Slut Pit as, like... You know, there's the Care Bears and the Care Bear cousins.
Oh, yeah.
Well, obviously, Jack's been doing this longer than us.
So he's the Care Bears.
He's the Care Bears, and we're the Care Bear cousins. Yes.
Do I get to be the lion? I think I like the lion.
I can be the rabbit, right?
The lion told me not to do drugs, or was that a different lion?
Fuck, I don't know.
Maybe it was the Dare lion. I don't fucking know.
Anyhow, so to keep you updated, he just messaged us and said he's still at the vet, but we did invite him to come join our stream or what have you when he gets home, depending on what he's up for doing.
And Beastmaster is awesome. Anything with ferrets is awesome.
We used to have a little business, which is what you call a group of ferrets. We had 3 little ferrets, but sadly they've all passed away.
Yeah, we had them for several years, but they just...
what's going on with my bra situation?
Getting cancer and other things.
Yeah, unfortunately ferrets are very prone to cancer, which is sad.
Yes.
Actually, our little Xavier, and I know a lot of you helped us afford... Xavier's vet bills, and we were able to get him pain medicine so he was comfortable in his last days, and poor little guy died in my arms.
We really appreciate anybody who even wished him well. So.
Yeah, that was a rough time.
They were all named after X-Men. We had Gambit first, and then we found this little white ferret that had like gray, but she had the white streak down her hair, so we named her Rogue, of course. And then we had Xavier, who was just a peace-loving guy. Professor.
And now we have Brocky and Brewster. Do you guys want to see our dogs? I don't know if that's horror related. I'm going to get our dogs.
I'm going to segue into dogs.
Alright, they look really silly because they got haircuts. So this is Brewster, as in, you're so cool, Brewster. Because we love Friday night.
Yeah.
He's got little mismatched ears. So I suggested Scrappy as a name, but everyone said that was too cruel.
Yeah, nobody likes Scrappy.
So
he does have scrappy ears.
Him.
A lot of people tell us that he looks like Seymour from Futurama.
Yeah, well, what he's
Fry's dog. Yeah, he's a little more scruffy.
And Brocky looks funny now because he just got a haircut, so it looks different.
Little Dotson-y a little bit.
He's got a bit of corgi in him, so.
Oh yeah, which you can notice a little more.
Giant ears and narrow head.
Short legs.
Tiny little legs.
Stout body.
All right, there's doggos.
Doggos.
For the internet.
Hi, doggo. Hi.
They're so soft when they get their haircut.
I know. They're tired, though. They're like, why? Let us sleep.
It's a hot day. What else is going on in the world of horror?
I don't know.
You and I just recorded a review of Unfriended the Dark Web.
Oh, yeah, that'll be up soon.
So,
I think you're...
pardon me.
We went and saw Unfriended.
That's something else that's been in the news. Part of the reason we're able to do a lot of these Let's See movie review vlogs is because a few months ago, MoviePass had a special where you could sign up for like $80 for a whole year. So we're not often able to afford to go to the movies like more than maybe once a month. So I signed us up for that, and so we have a year-long movie pass, and so we're able to go see a lot more movies. But I'm sure you guys know, if you have movie pass, that they had a big like outage last week, which sucked because my movie pass didn't work when we went to go see Unfriended.
Mine for some reason did, but hers wouldn't work, so I ended up just paying for her ticket. But that's fine. But yeah, they had to borrow like $5 million or something like that just to stay going.
But they've sent out notices that they're okay now, but I'm still not entirely confident. But we've got more than our value's worth, so I'm happy either way.
Oh, yeah.
Ben, I have heard that there are multiple endings for Unfriended, so please post in the comments more about that. The ending, I feel bad telling you guys the ending. The ending we got is somebody, I'm going to try to be vague, is buried alive, and somebody who could help them is within reach, but they are not able to communicate to that person that they are right beneath their feet.
If only I could sign better.
Yes. And then you see that there's an organization who's broadcasting this to everyone.
3:15 a.m. there. Sorry.
Hey, it's Fuego!
Oh, yeah?
You know why I love Fuego?
Yeah.
Fuego, I feel like he's like one of my friends that makes me like cooler by association. Like someone could be like, Gory, you're a dork. And I'm like, oh yeah? I'm friends with Fuego, bitch. And then they're like, whoa, I take that shit back because he's fucking metal. I'm like, fuck yeah, he's metal and he's my buddy.
He's also just very likable.
He really is.
Like, you can set your watch to that guy.
You could.
I don't know what the fuck that means, but you could do it.
Horror Mafia.
Yeah,
we don't have an AMC theater here, Ben, so I really like Movie Pass. Mr. Atkins, sorry it's 3:15 there. It's 12:15 here. In the United States, we're like the earliest time zone. So, are there different endings to Unfriended, Ben?
For those that don't know the story of Unfriended, it's about a bunch of people who end up with a hot laptop that attracts a murder cult that's so angry with them that they unfriend them all.
Jack's messaging us.
What?
What's our favorite dark horror fairy tale film? There's a lot, but off the top of my head, the first one that comes to mind is Company of Wolves, which I'll be talking about that a lot with my friends from Good Morning Nancy, I think on the 18th of next month.
Does the Labyrinth count?
Oh, I love The Labyrinth.
For me, it'd probably be the Labyrinth. Oh, no.
Oh, Mrs.
Pan's
Atkins.
Labyrinth.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Pan's Labyrinth. That would probably be mine.
Jack says he's still at the vet. How long are we going to up? Say, we're going to be up all night, brother man.
Are we?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we're going to stream all night, but we're going to be
I almost put a question.
all night.
Rhonda Shears.
Oh, thank you, Stephanie G. She likes our puppies. Yeah, it's hard losing a pet, huh?
I miss her little ferret.
The guy doesn't. Oh, I want to see the. I really hope when Unfriended comes out that they do a home video release with the extra endings on it. Because I would love to see that. And
that was my big problem with the Paranormal Activity movies, is that it was so hard to get any special features on those DVDs. You'd see all this bonus footage in the previews that never happened in the movie. You also would hear, like, in Mexico, they had a different ending and stuff. It's like, well, where's that on the DVDs?
Well, at least the first one had the alternate endings on it.
The first one did.
But, like, part 2, there was tons of footage in the trailer that wasn't on the release.
Different ending, and it's like, what was all that?
Yeah, so I hope we get to see that. I have to say, I didn't mind Unfriended, the first one. I know it gets a lot of shit, but I like that it was very innovative in the way it was filmed. It was done in a way that was very different, and I do think it's better than other movies of its kind, like The Den.
That's how I feel about the Blair Witch, to be honest. I'm not a huge Blair Witch fan of the original. I know it is, and I give it respect, because it does deserve its place in movie history. It does. But I'm not a big fan of it, but that's what you're saying about that, how I feel. It's so different for its time. I respect how they made it, and it's so much better than a lot of other wannabe versions of it, so...
And I have to say, I think Dark Web was better.
I like Dark Web a lot better. I didn't really like the first one. But
I like that it had likable characters.
Yes, there wasn't really anything likable in the first one.
My favorite, All They Are wants to know my favorite gross horror film. I think I know the answer to that. The movie that I fucking love, that warms my heart, that most people can't get through.
Bullshit Artist.
Greasy Strangler. God, I love that movie.
Bullshit Artist.
I mean, there are tons of movies that I think most people consider gross, but most of those movies other people love. Like, I love Reanimator, I love From Beyond, I love Evil Dead 1 and 2, I love all the Evil Dead movies.
I don't think of those as gross, but I guess some people would.
A movie that people think is absolutely disgusting that I just love is Greasy Strangler.
Shit, I love Brain Dead. That was a great one. I don't.
That's another one that everybody loves.
Yeah,
so it's a safe bet.
But it is
a lot
gross
of people
as
don't
fuck.
like the Greasy Strangler.
I don't think that the Evil Dead movies for me aren't that gross. I mean, I guess there's somewhat for some people, but I think Brain Dead is gross as fuck. Like the puking and
Zachary,
baby.
What's that smell? What's the smell?
Is it bullshit? Is it bullshit?
It smells like...
Tell me what it is. Tell me what it smells like.
Bullshit.
I said that. Zombie ass? Actually, yeah, I've seen it.
Don't we have that on DVD?
Yeah, I think we do.
So our Hastings, as I'm sure a lot of you experience something similar in your hometowns, we live in a small city, I guess is the best way to put it. We live in central Washington. But our Hastings went out of business, and so there's a cool period of time where a couple years ago, like, movies were like 50 cents. So we got a ton of movies that we still have not watched just because we're like, it's 50 cents. It's worth 50 cents. So
I think I've gotten around to watching them all except for Asshole Zombie. I haven't watched that yet. It's not like your actual asshole, but like the zombie is an asshole. I think that's the premise of the film.
Oh, yeah?
It's the only one I don't think I've seen yet.
We did watch Werewolf Fever.
Yes, and I watched that Dark River one because I needed it for my wrestling horror...
River of Darkness?
Yeah, River of Darkness with Kurt Angle and Kevin Nash, Sid Vicious, and Glacier.
So I don't know if this is going to be a thing, and hopefully I'm not going to get in trouble for talking about this, but on Twitch, I don't really stream on Twitch, but I have friends on Twitch, so I go on there to watch 52 Weeks of Horror. I love those guys, and I go on there to watch my buddy Jay from Bloodbath and Beyond. And recently, I'm sorry guys, I have the hiccups.
Yeah, all Hastings closed.
Recently he did a stream, and we were talking about how cool it'd be if there was a Horrortober convention, because a lot of us, Bloodbath and Beyond was maybe 1 or 2 years before we started. We started the same year as Spooky Astronauts and Drum Dums and Random Ross. No, I don't have a greasy pink beanie, but God, I would love one. If you know where I can buy one, let me know. But yeah, a lot of us have grown really, really close, and so we were thinking how cool it'd be if there's a convention where all of us could travel from around the world and get to meet each other in person. And he's trying to plan something at Texas Frightmare where we can get like something going where we could all be on a panel together or have like a room where we can all meet. So, but otherwise we tend to do Crypticon.
We tried to even get that for Crypticon. Unfortunately, Jack and Guru couldn't make it to come up for that. But we did get we got Mr. Creepypasta up for it.
We did. Yeah, we're friends with Mr. Creepypasta now, which is crazy because he came up to Crypticon and we did a panel with him.
And isn't he from Texas?
Yeah, he's from Texas.
But he didn't go to Texas Frightmare. He came up to Crypticon same weekend.
Sweetest guy ever and really young. I don't know what I was expecting, but he is very, very young.
For some reason I was expecting him to be old. I don't know why, but
yeah, so nice. Such a nice guy. Drake, we did see Quiet Place and we did a Let's See vlog of that if you want to hear our thoughts. Stephanie's in Western Washington. We're over in Wenatchee. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but if you ever happen to be our way, come say hi, girl.
Yeah, and we got Real James is in Cali. Drake's in Pennsylvania. Totally hang out with Drake if you didn't live so far away.
Yeah, we love Drake. Drake's Rider Day Horror Addicts.
Mm-hmm.
I want to, regardless if we get to do a HorrorTube meeting, I want to make a yearly pilgrimage. We have a lot of friends in Cali, including my cousin, who's a screenwriter down there. And we have a lot of friends in Canada. So I would love it if next year we could go to Cali and hang out with Jack and Horror Gal and Homicidal Homemaker and Guru and Seth and everybody.
We go to Canada a lot. Unfortunately, it's not the side of Canada where most of our YouTube friends are.
Jay and Lindsay and all those guys live on the other side of Canada.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
Check
it out. Drake gets on there.
Mm-hmm.
We're sneaky. We just post things in covert all the time.
It's also YouTube that just, here's 20% of what you subscribe to.
So, we've been doing a lot of talking. Here are some questions for you guys that you can get back to us on your leisure. What kind of things do you guys like to see? Do you guys want to see new release stuff? Or do you guys like the obscure stuff that maybe you missed from the 80s or 70s? Or even, I've got a special soft spot for movies from like the 40s and 50s. What is it that appeals to you guys? What kind of reviews do you like? Do you guys like the sketches? Do you guys like lists or rankings? Do you like the vlogs? Let us know.
Yep. I mean, you're probably going to get all of that either way, but we'll know what to kind of prioritize a little more. Because we just like to do it all. We go all the way.
Hey, Geek Legion of Doom! That guy is so freaking cool.
Yep.
He covers so much stuff on his channel. If you guys want to know about what's good to watch in indie, like straight to video, especially horror, Geek Legion of Doom covers just about everything, and he'll give you a solid review on it. Like, I tend to agree with most of his reviews, and I've discovered a lot of really cool movies that way.
Very knowledgeable. More dongs. That's what Zachary hates wants.
More dongs! Of course, I do have Gory Draws Dongs on Instagram. I'm working on a new dong right now. It's a xenomorph.
It's a new and improved dong.
It's a xenomorph, and the head inside the mouth is also a dong. So I'm working on that.
Oh yeah, Little Reich. Well, we actually met Barbara Crampton recently, who's in The Littlest Reich, and she was telling us a lot of great things about it. So
yeah, she was really excited.
We're looking forward to seeing it.
You know what just dropped? The new trailer for it.
Oh, sweet.
So we should do a reaction to that.
Full Moon and Trauma stuff. Well, you're going to get at least definitely Full Moon and maybe some Trauma stuff because there's been stuff I wanted to do.
I did just pick up a new movie first called Trashploitation, which I've heard is Trauma.
Cool.
I haven't watched it yet, though.
I will be eventually. I don't know if it'll be next year or the year after, but I'm thinking about it. I'm definitely going to do the Year of the Puppet for my Full Moon reviews because once Littlest Reich, I get that. That's 12 Puppet Master movies if you count the Demonic Toys versus Puppet Master. So
CP is the only person on the internet who's more filthy than I am.
No, Jack's more filthy than you.
Oh, I guess that's true. Okay, one of the only two people on the internet who are more filthy than I am. I'm pretty fucking filthy.
Yeah, you're definitely the filthiest horror addict.
I'm the filthiest girl, probably.
Probably.
Yeah. But CP is fantastic. I love CP. He's hilarious. If you guys don't follow Will I Like Your Reviews, come on, the man's a professional comedian, and he has a channel. Like, boom. Need I sell you more? Yes, we're back. YouTube can't get us down, y'all.
They put us in the basket, but we escaped the basket.
Yeah, we're like, what's that? Horror Addicts in your face.
We're tired of just slipping content out of the basket. Now we've busted out the lid. We've gone Belial.
Yeah, oddly, if you want to see yourself as a dong, post your picture on our Discord. That gives me a lot to work with.
Yes.
I have drawn CP as a dong. True story.
Yeah, he was one of your first, wasn't he? Like,
you make that sound really weird.
One of your first dongs.
CP was one of my first dongs. That's fucked up. What was my very first dong I ever drew?
I don't know. It was, you drew yourself and CP and, like, Guru and stuff. Emily, I believe you drew her, didn't you?
I think Jason was one of the first. Jason Voorhees is the dong.
Yeah. It's just people you were streaming with at one time and you just started busting out dong drawings.
Yeah, it's kind of like when I was on stream, as a guest, I was a bad guest on streams and I started, that's why nobody invites me on their streams anymore, because I started drawing everybody as dicks. This is why I don't get invited back.
They get the little yellow, not appropriate for all ads, because you're dicks.
I feel terrible.
I recently did the review on Phallus in Wonderland of Gwar, and when they gave us the little yellow symbol, we're like, well, it's probably justified for this one.
Yeah, I'm doing my review of Gozu right now, and I'm just like, there's no way in fuck this is not getting a yellow icon. If you guys haven't seen Gozu, it's one of the most fucked up movies I've ever seen.
So...
yeah, Jack's a dong, Guru's a dong. Yeah, Isabel, Ghouls Night Out is coming back. I'm actually going to start with the one that was going to happen the week after we got our ban. The gals from Good Morning Nancy, which they're really cool. They have a female themed horror podcast, and we're going to talk about some female werewolf movies. I believe that's going to be on August 18th at 5 p.m. Pacific time, so 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to focus on 3 pretty key ones, which is Ginger Snaps, which I think Ginger Snaps has done so much, not just for, horror, but women in horror.
It's done a lot for horror, it's done a lot for werewolves, and it's done a lot for women.
Kick some ass. Company of Wolves, which has a whole lot of subtext about, women.
Blood Moon is your third one?
We're not doing Blood Moon.
Oh, no.
But I might mention it. I mean, it's not restricted to these movies. And She-Wolf of London, which is really interesting, particularly if you've seen it, because there's kind of a twist.
What a twist.
So, Dice, I know what you look like. I'll draw you as a dick. I'm happy to draw you as a dick.
Drake wants to see me as a dick as in my Karate Kid wrestling gear.
Serious? Dan doesn't want me to draw him as a dick. This is why I always ask for permission, because some people don't like it.
See, me and Doc have our bets on my personal channel where we bet on the WWE pay-per-views to see who can get them right. We're going to have some punishments, and I think for my next one, you can go on there and vote what you want my punishment, and one of them is that. Gory will draw me as a dong, and I will keep it as my profile pic for a whole month. So
I'm getting better at drawing.
If you vote on that and it wins, then there you go. That'll be me as a dong.
My favorite part, just a little side note, my favorite part of drawing dongs is doing the testicles. That's just fun. When I did Beetlejuice, I put a little beetle on the testicles. I love drawing furry balls, when I did Dr. Wolfula. Furry balls are so fun. This is why I don't have friends.
I kind of almost feel like Dice Rollins' balls, if you draw her as
should
a dog.
Be Dice.
Yeah, they should be Dice.
Yeah, I know. Duh. Already thought of that. Now that I have permission to draw her as a dong.
I don't care for dongs so much, but when you draw the dongs and they're furry creatures like Dr. Wolfula or our cat Kirby,
but
I like how the balls have tufts of hair.
I know, that's my favorite to do.
It looks hilarious.
So, I want to get
I do lose a lot, Zach.
The Ghouls Night Out with Good Morning Nancy, because we had planned that 3 months ago, and unfortunately I had to cancel on them because of the ban. But after that, I might just do a big old Google Hangout one with all the women from the community. Just send them the link. You can join. Dice, Isabel, Queenie, Lindsay, Emma, Nightmare, everybody. Just have a big old let's catch up, because unfortunately I've been kicked off the internet for 3 months.
I know.
So I might do that after we do the Good Morning Nancy one.
CP says if Roman Reigns has the title at the end of SummerSlam, then YouTube must be drawn as dongs as punishment. I think if Gory drew Vince McMahon Roman Reigns dong, if you drew Roman Reigns as a dong and sent it to Vince McMahon, that he would probably pay us a lot of money for that.
Rocky's got hiccups.
Rocky's got the hiccups? Because I believe, to Vince McMahon, Roman Reigns is a giant dong, and that's probably why Vince McMahon licks his lips so much.
Oh, hey, Christopher St. John. I haven't seen him in forever.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about what's new in horror wrestling?
Well, I don't think there's a whole lot new in horror wrestling right now, but...
You talk about your school.
Yeah, I've been training. I got some new students. I got a guy named Dan and a girl named Anna, and I'm very proud of both of them.
Guys, it's just like Cobra Kai. But wrestling. That is our life right now. Cobra Kai is our life.
Me and Prozac, a.k.a. Canadian Jason, if you know him from our shows, we opened up our own wrestling school. Because in Washington State, they made it so hard to throw wrestling shows. I used to do it from 2005 to 2010. I used to have my shows here in town and all over Washington State. But the committee was just so hard on us that we eventually had to fold. But they made a new clause to make it easier for smaller companies. If you have a wrestling school, you don't need a promoter's license. Your wrestling school can throw shows as practice technically.
I swear that sounds like the premise of a John Hughes movie.
Kind of. Just throw some wrestling in there. Yeah, if Kevin Owens gets the briefcase and cashes in, or even if just Braun Strowman if SummerSlam ends with either Kevin Owens or Braun Strowman cashing in and taking that title, then I would say success. If Brock keeps it, that sucks. If Roman wins it, that also sucks.
Drake, I guess you missed the beginning of the stream. We got a 90-day ban because we tried to do a movie commentary of Night of the Lepus.
Yeah, it sucked. We had Brian Barnes, who's an awesome guest on that episode, but unfortunately, you guys had to jump to Rabbit.
I blame the bunnies and Bones from Star Trek.
It wasn't Wabbit season.
It was not.
You can't hunt on.
So I'm a little nervous for a few of my favorite creators. I love Dr. Wolfie. That's probably my favorite show that I really mark out for.
And I love his
commentaries,
commentaries, but
yeah. So I hope that they don't go after him. I think. If you're going to do movie commentaries, either go with public domain, which I might bring them back, but stick to public domain, or just go really obscure like Wolfila does.
Yeah, Fuego. Brock is jumping back to UFC, but he has it in his contract where he can technically do both, and he's been jumping back to UFC for about a year now, and he still has that damn title. So let's hope they finally strip it off of him. But unfortunately, that means Roman's probably gonna get it. Granted, we all thought Roman was going to get it at WrestleMania and at the Greatest Royal Rumble, and none of those happened. I don't know. I would like to get a stream. I can't promise this too much, but I want to do a horror wrestling stream. I'm going to try and get Brian Zane from Wrestling with Regret on it because he takes bookings, so it'd probably be easy to get.
That would be cool, bro. He's cool.
Now, don't get mad, but I know someone else that I could ask who would be very good for it. I could get probably Daphne. So... she was the zombie of TNA, the scream queen of wrestling. Corey gets upset because I had a bit of a crush back in the day when I was single and I didn't know my beautiful wife. All right, but we just homies, yo.
Better be just homies.
But I could probably get them if anybody would like to see a wrestling horror stream.
I'd be down. So. And I'm kidding. Daphne seems like a very sweet girl.
She is. And she's retired. She got too many concussions, sadly.
But if she ever hits on you, I'm killing her.
You say that about every person. Despite their gender for some reason.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't care. I don't care. If you're a guy or a girl and you make a pass at my husband, you're going home missing at
like
least
a serious one. Because there's plenty of people who joke and you don't care. But
what can I say? I got great taste.
Oh well, it's good to know you love me and you fight for me, but you don't have to. I ain't leaving for nothing.
So I'd understand if you and CP ran away together, but I think CP's kind of in love with Lee.
And apparently he has a crush on Daphne. So.
Yeah.
Yep. See, Ben thinks she's hot. She is.
See,
she's cool.
Save her for the guys.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna try and get a horror stream. I bet I could get her on that for that. So. Watch out. She's gonna give me those hands. That's a Braun Strowman reference.
I know. I watch wrestling with you.
I know. Sometimes I have to tell you though. Sometimes you just know. Brown Snowman. He is one of my...
Brown Snowman. He is a freaking powerhouse, isn't he?
I like him. He's one thing that they're actually kind of doing right. They push him, but then they do something stupid with him. But then they push him, and they're doing better by him than Roman now.
Will you guys help me fight for Danny's honor?
You don't need to.
I'm a witch, dude.
I know.
Don't fuck with a witch.
Yeah, I think she did date CM Punk, but god damn it.
You want CM Punk's, seconds?
No, I don't want...
You hate CM Punk.
I hate CM Punk. Fuego likes him, though. Fuego, so...
Maurice the Beast! One of the most metal guys on YouTube. What up, my friend?
He just sounds like he should be a wrestler. Because that is, a hell of an awesome name. Just imagine that.
Maurice, if you were in the Washington area, seriously, let Danny train you. Let's make you a wrestler.
He might already be. I mean, he sounds like a badass.
He does, right?
Every time he makes any appearance
I played roller derby for 5 years, but, just the name Maurice the Beast, I'm like, yeah, I forfeit.
Wrestling and horror news related, and like I said, Fuego, he likes CM Punk, and I can respect that. I don't care for him, but
Baby.
CM Punk will be in the remake of what was it? Rabid, yes. And AJ Lee, it's his wife. They're both former WWE wrestlers.
So how do you feel about the remake of Rabid?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But
Rabid is still really haunting, and I don't know if I can picture it with a different cast. Here's my thought on remakes. I feel like don't go after the movies that are already classics.
Fix the
Find
broken
the
ones.
shitty ones
that had
and
potential.
Make them good.
Like,
yeah.
movies that, like, were, that was gonna be really good, but this fucked it up.
But
and,
they fucked it up.
Or it just, like, on paper that sounds great, but this movie's horrible. I don't know. Like, fix the problems of Hollywood's past, not just rely on its...
It has some charm, but it was a shit movie. You know?
Real James, you know that I think you're joking. There's sarcasm, but CM Punk is 0-2 with UFC. I think he's joking though.
Like, I would love like a good Silent Hill movie. I would also love sometimes a remake is good in getting people to seek out an original movie that's been forgotten. And there are a lot of really great forgotten movies, like for instance Bloody Birthday, which is so good.
Yeah.
But nobody's seen it. A remake of that could be really cool, particularly with like it has so much like kids running around with guns,
especially like
people are afraid of now.
Old, obscure, and maybe foreign, then I'm down usually for remakes.
Except for sometimes it's shit, like when they remade Martyrs. Like, don't fucking touch that. Martyrs is good.
I don't feel like Martyrs was very obscure. I think a lot of people knew about Martyrs.
But it's foreign.
Yeah, definitely
and
foreign.
Sometimes when you make a foreign movie American, it's like you're able to translate that story in a way that a new audience can appreciate, like what they did with Ringu. But with Martyrs, they didn't need to do that.
No.
The original was perfect. I love Martyrs. It's one of my favorite movies, and that remake was just soulless.
Oh, nice. Marisa had one day clinic with Ted DiBiase. Well, I hope you at least enjoy
Ted DiBiase?
The $1 Million Man.
What?
Money.
Ninja,
money. Yeah, that's cool. I met him once, but I didn't have anything, like, it was just at a convention type thing. But he's cool.
So I have a question, because another big thing in the news is obviously, it's not really horror related, except for the fact that he is the director of Slither. James Gunn got fired from Guardians 3 because he posted some dumb shit on Twitter way back in the day.
So
I have to ask, because I mean this has been talked to death. You guys are familiar with the story. I'm not breaking any new news here. My question is, what have you said on social media that you are afraid of coming out 10 years from now?
Yeah. Whose pussy did you say you wanted to grab? Or whatever. I mean, what's gonna haunt you if you somehow become a huge success in any field of media?
Can you imagine me running for president in 10 years and my dong drawings coming out?
Well, the way the world's going, I guess they'd probably just go, cool, which, fine with the dong drawings.
I would just be like, yeah, I draw dongs. Hey.
Sure. Yeah, the guy from Rick and Morty's
Let's
also
make
under
America
a lot of heat,
dongs
too.
again.
One of the co-creators of Rick and Morty's under some heat.
Dan Harmon?
Yeah, he had a skit where, like, he broke into a house and, like, kind of raped a baby doll. It was, like, it's supposed to be, like...
It was for, like, a new show.
Yeah, it was something stupid, and I wouldn't say that you should be, like, into that by any means, but, it's just, you gotta be careful what you do, because... Yeah, a lot of people are trying really hard to get James Gunn not fired.
I did sign the petition, and I really hope that they bring him back, because I don't think you should... I mean, he's admitted it. He was young and stupid, and I relate to that. I did and said lots of things when I was in my 20s and young and trying to figure myself out that I wouldn't want to haunt me today. I mean, that's the problem with social media is it's all still out there, so...
It's not, like, posted, but I, like... Before I ever got trained to become a real wrestler, like back in junior high, I used to do a lot of backyard wrestling, but me and my friends had the foulest little fucking mouths, and we probably said some really unpolitically correct things.
I have said, I mean, thankfully not on social media, but I mean, around you and the guys, I've said lots of dumb shit.
Yeah, it's not that I have any hate in my heart or anything, but I was a teenager, and I'm sure I would say stuff. If I, like, posted that shit now, it would offend a lot of people, I'm sure.
Hey, Joyful Leader! Stephanie and G, if you want to hear our thoughts on the Suspiria remake, which I have to say is got to be my favorite trailer. God,
yeah,
my favorite trailer.
She's really excited for
that trailer blew my fucking mind. Like, no bullshit. You can see my reaction. I was expecting it to be crap, and damn, that is a fucking gorgeous trailer. If the movie is even half on what that trailer gave me to expect, then dear God, it's gonna be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Drake says, how do we feel about the remake of Jim Henson's The Witches? I did not know they were remaking that.
I didn't know that either.
Huh.
I have to say, The Witches is one of those things I grew up with. I loved the book, but now that I'm pagan, I'm like, that's very witchist.
Yeah, I liked it when they got turned into little mice, though. But I know Witches. I think isn't that the comic book? That's gonna be getting a movie.
I know they've been talking about that for a while, and the Witches graphic novel is haunting and amazing, and I really am looking forward to that.
So the Witches I'm looking forward to. I did not know about Jim Henson, so
Jaime wants to know if they do offer to have James Gunn back, should he take it?
Yes.
I would say yes, he should take it, because your art should always be what's most important. Fuck the bureaucrats, fuck the business people. You know, if he has an opportunity to return to Guardians of the Galaxy, which is his baby, something he built, then I think he should do it. Not for fucking Disney, but for the cast, and for the fans, and for himself.
He's already 2 for 2 on those movies, so I would say keep it going. I loved the first one, and the second one wasn't quite as good, but I still really liked it. So I don't say give it to anybody else. They're gonna fuck it up probably.
Our boy Dracula just messaged us. He said he's going to DM when he's free, so maybe he'll come and join us, or we'll go join him, whatever.
We'll see. If we're not still going, maybe he'll want to stream when he gets back.
Yeah. Let him host.
We were talking about that, though, with doing movies for the right reason and stuff, and we were just, earlier today, we were talking about how Batman 3, if Tim Burton had made it, he was going to get Brad Dourif, Chucky, to be the Scarecrow, so that would have been really good, but unfortunately, when Batman Returns came out, it was way too dark. Parents were very upset. McDonald's was selling toys for this movie that just had a lot of violence, and Danny DeVito, that people are afraid of Danny DeVito, I guess. So,
Emma! Hi, girl! I miss her so much.
But yeah, so Tim Burton walked away from Batman 3, which would have been called Batman Continues. And I don't have a problem with Forever, but it led to Batman and Robin, and I'm sad that Tim Burton didn't. That's back when I really liked Tim Burton. I haven't really enjoyed too much of his new stuff.
He's done a lot of stuff that I'm not super into, but
back then he could do no wrong.
That's what I was saying. Like, the thing for me is when it comes to movies, it's not the budget, it's the amount of passion. Mm-hmm. I've seen very big budget movies where you can tell the director's heart and soul was in that. Get Out was one where I'm like, yeah, he put his soul into that movie, and you can see it on the screen. You feel it. There are low-budget movies where, maybe it's not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. Maybe it could have used a bigger budget, but you can see how much passion. Zombie Honeymoon is one where I'm just like, wow.
That's how I feel about Adam Green.
So much love went into this movie. Adam Green, everything he does has got 110% passion into it. And so for me, that's a big deciding factor. And that's why I'm not super crazy about a lot of like the James Wan stuff or the Blumhouse stuff, because I feel like the first priority is making money, the first priority is marketing, and it's not about storytelling.
And I would say in the 90s, Lionsgate was all about the passion for their horror movies, but now it's kind of leaned a little more the other way, I would say.
Yeah. So. Thanks, Emma! Emma, I miss you! We gotta do a Ghouls Night Out scene or something. Yeah. Catch up.
Stream with us, Emma.
Yeah, I miss Emma.
Sure, all of our followers.
Emma's like, I've adopted her. She's my horror sister.
You've been doing some really cool stuff with Nightmare Mavens.
Yeah, I love those.
I like those, how are you offended or whatever.
Yeah, we watch those on the TV a lot. We need to watch them live and actually like comment them on the TV.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes when I'm watching like my fellow YouTubers, I'm watching them on my PS4 and I get the thumbs up option, but I don't get a comment option. So.
Emma, I haven't seen Upgrade, but I heard really good things about it, and it, like I said, it doesn't matter about the budget. Like, Get Out had a decent budget. It's the amount of passion in it. So if Upgrade had that passion in it, then absolutely, I think that's really, really cool. It's when I see a big budget movie that you can tell was all about marketing that I get a little turned off. Another big budget movie that I thought was fantastic was Ex Machina. Ex Machina was fantastic. Hereditary had a big budget. Hereditary was very good. You can tell so much thought went into every detail of that movie. It was not just done to make money. It was done because somebody had a story to tell. They had a story that had to be told, and they told that story. And I think that's fantastic. Even to a lesser degree, I've seen other movies this year where I just feel like, if nothing else, the filmmakers had so much fun doing it. Like, I watched Strangers Pray at Night. I'm like, God, you guys had a blast making this fucking movie. You know? And then you see movies, and it didn't even have a big budget, but movie Day of the Dead Bloodline, where it's like they were trying to capitalize on the name, they had no fucking budget, and they made a shit movie because they were just trying to make money. And
And
it
they
sucked.
defiled what original scripts they were given, because we know...
My cousin was one of the original screenwriters on that, and they had like 6 writers, and they just fucked it up.
Yeah, he was like, I don't want to have anything to do with it now that you've changed it this bad. So,
yeah, my cousin was on it, and he ended up saying, take my name off of it.
Because they changed it into Rape Zombie, and he was like, okay, I don't want to have anything to do with this anymore.
Yeah, I really want to see Upgrade. It unfortunately wasn't at the theater very long here. Another one that was in the theater for a very short period of time was Unsane, and I've heard such good things about that.
Yeah, but we didn't get quite a chance to see those, unfortunately.
So I really hope I get to see that, and I want to see Upgrade.
We'll see them soon.
But yeah, for me, it's not about the budget, because I hate when people dog on big budget movies. Like, it being a big budget makes it instantly The Man and heartless.
Some movies, they would probably, they do better because they have one, but...
It's so strange. We live in an era right now where we have A-listers signing up for these big budget horror movies, like Annihilation. Annihilation was very good.
Yeah.
You know, Natalie Portman, you got some big names. Hereditary... But there's been some good ones.
A few movies,
the new Halloween looks like it's going to be really good, and it looks like they're going into it with all the best intentions.
Unsane is Emma's favorite of the year so far.
Oh, wow, really?
Mine's The Ritual, but I haven't seen Unsane. I've been looking really forward to it. So.
God, my favorite right now would be really hard to say, but I did really love Strangers Prey Night. That was a lot of fun.
That's my probably second favorite so far, what I've seen. Horror movie, anyways.
Yeah, I'd have to look, but there's been a lot. See No Evil 1 and 2. We just watched those recently because of Danny's horror panel, or horror wrestling panel at Crypticon.
Yeah. I like See No Evil 2 a lot. The first one...
See No Evil 2 was done with the Soska sisters.
Yeah.
And so
they have a cameo where they're cadavers.
God, yeah, which was really cool. You got Catherine Isabel in it. I think See No Evil 2 is better than the first one. The first one is fun, and it's got some cool, fun kills in it.
Mm-hmm. I like the first one's story, and I like some of the kills, and I think Glenn Jacob, aka Kane, did a great job. I just think that the editing style and some of the plot, like of how they just take these random teenagers that are in jail. I don't even know what it's really, and they okay, well, go do whatever you want in this abandoned hotel. It's like, no, that stuff was kind of dumb, but. It had some really cool kills. I like when the vegetarian vegan girl was like, be nice to the dogs.
The dog eats her.
Yeah.
See, that's the other thing. For me, that's the other thing. Like a horror movie, sometimes you can see a horror movie and you're like, wow, this person put their whole soul into this. I saw that with Get Out. I saw that with Hereditary. I was like, well, you put everything that's in you on the page and you put it on the screen.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. But I also just really love horror movies where I'm like, you guys had a fucking blast making this.
Fun, low budget.
The Sand is a good one where it's shit, but you can tell they had so much fun making it, and that is something else I really,
Jamie
really
Kennedy.
love. Yes.
That is hilarious. And that's one of those where it's just so bad it's good. Same thing, it's very low budget, but their heart was totally in it. Was a Werewolf Fever. It's very small and obscure little werewolf film, but the making of it was on the DVD as well, and they had so much fun.
I love that too. Sometimes I will watch a movie and then I'll watch the making of, and I see how much went into it, and yeah, that will really pull me in.
And then if we were watching Joe Bob's Drive-In, where he had the Daughters of Darkness, the making of it didn't sound fun, but it sounded way more interesting than the movie itself.
Daughters of Darkness is pretty slow.
There's all this action that happened between the director and the actors of them hitting each other and fighting and all this crazy stuff. It's I kind of wanted just a movie of that.
I haven't seen Summer of '84 or Low Life, but I'll have to check this out. But I did like Mom and Dad. I liked Strangers Pray at Night. I liked The Ritual. I liked The Endless a lot. Oh, cuddly dog. He's so soft.
I've had a lot of good experiences this year with horror, but nothing has completely wowed me. I haven't given a 5-star to anything this on my Letterboxd, but I've had a lot more 4 stars and 3.5 stars than I normally do. So
I give a 5-star if I see this. If I feel like a movie is just fucking perfect, I wouldn't change a goddamn thing. And to give anything less than that doesn't mean that it's not a great film. Just I'd be like, well, could have done this one thing different. But last year, Get Out.
We started off with Get Out. That was one of the first movies we saw.
Get Out was
and
so good.
Split. Those were right off the bat. So we were like, oh damn. And I haven't had anything kind of blow me away like that yet, but I've had a lot of high, I had a really good time seeing this movie.
So, yeah, I can't say definitively what my favorite movie of the year is.
So far, I haven't been blown
away. Annihilation is one of those movies where it's not my favorite of the year, but it definitely makes you question, it questions everything you think you know about yourself. Annihilation had some very interesting ideas in it, where afterwards I was left my head spinning on that one for a few hours. It was good.
The only real nitpick I had with that was some of the CGI with the animal creature things looked kind of bad, but everything else, story wise, I was really impressed. I liked Annihilation.
Emma, I don't entirely know the deal with the Slender Man, but I do know I'm seeing tons of trailers for it right now. I thought it wasn't going to come out till next year. Now it looks like it's coming out this fall.
Yeah, I think it got pushed forward somehow. They're ahead of schedule, maybe?
Yeah. And the Glass trailer, we're saving that. When we're done here, we're probably going to do a reaction to that. We're going to do a whole bunch of reactions. We did a bunch of reactions last month, and everyone seemed to like them. So I think the first week of every month, we'll probably do a bunch of reactions.
Yeah, Pray at Night was great. I like that even better than the original Strangers.
Yeah, I loved Pray at Night. I'm going to go look at my Letterboxd list right now because I'm not sure what I have currently as my favorite.
I enjoyed the first Strangers movie, but I didn't like it a whole lot. The characters did some dumb things that just aggravated me. And I could see why people would do that in real life, but to me, it was hard to relate to those characters in the first Pray at Night. Or not Pray at Night, but Strangers. But then Pray at Night, I related with the characters a lot more, and they decided to finally fucking fight back, so...
Yeah, right now, for my number one, I have Pray at Night as well.
There you go. Quiet Place
Pray
pretty
at
high,
Night,
Hereditary,
Quiet Place,
Mom and
Hereditary,
Dad. Mom and Dad is just an action-packed romp. It's silly, but fuck, I love it.
Yeah, I got some weird movies.
It's got Lance Henriksen shanking Nicolas Cage in the ass with a knife. Could you ask for much more than that?
Yeah, I've heard the same thing about Slender Man, but we just saw a movie. We saw Unfriended Dark Web last week, and it had the Slender trailer. So.
And it's a really long, show you almost the whole movie trailer. So that usually means it's almost out. Keep getting distracted by Joe Bob.
I know, yeah. Pray at Night, I had such a great time seeing that movie, and Pray at Night was just it was everything I want from a slasher movie. So I really enjoyed it. It was fun, and I'm glad the characters fought back, and I really kept me on the edge of my seat, and I loved the 80s-ness of it all. I loved the filming and the lighting. Pray at Night was so much fun.
Even though it wasn't technically an 80s film, it is still where they were doing it at the old hotel with the hot tub
trailer
and
park?
the trailer park motel type thing. It was very 80s-esque, and I liked it. The soundtrack was great.
I agree.
I think it's my number 2 or so. It's up there. It's up there. I liked it a lot.
I love you, puppy.
Puppy doggy.
He's so cute. He's so distracting with his little smush face.
It is very smush. He's got the long legs but the small snout, while Brocky's got the long snout and the short legs.
They're brothers. They're from the that pool scene, Fuego.
Mm-hmm.
They're brothers, so they look alike, but not entirely.
Pool scene was the shizzle.
So, Jaime, I have to ask, we got a 90-day ban for our streaming, and I heard that you guys did too. I'm not entirely sure about that. I know Dino did for sure, but curious to hear if you guys did as well. We did see Cargo, and I wanted to do a review, but I haven't had a chance to cover that yet.
That's in my top 5. I liked Cargo. It's probably my favorite
Gonzalo!
song.
I met Gonzalo the other day on Wolfielo's stream.
Oh, nice.
Pretty
He's
cool.
got good taste then?
Yeah, God, Dr. Wolfielo is so cool.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
I haven't seen Castle Rock because we don't have Hulu.
I haven't seen Castle Rock, but I watched Cargo, and that's probably my favorite zombie of the movie of the year.
I loved the way they did their eyes, and I liked how they kind of changed the zombies. The zombies had to bury their heads and stuff. I thought that was really cool. And of course,
it's hard to do something unique with zombies. And it's based off its short film as well. And
the short film was fantastic, and it's the same director from the short film.
Yeah.
Also, mad props because we got to support our female directors.
Another one was Lights Out. When they had a short film, it was great, but then they transferred it to film, and I don't think it did it justice.
And yeah,
but I think there might have been some studio meddling with that one, though.
I agree with that.
Cargo, unfortunately, fortunately, didn't have that problem. I think that the director was still free to do what they want, so that's good. Yeah,
the short film Cargo is very moving and really pulls at your heartstrings, and I feel like the full-length movie did that as well. And That's one I recommend to a lot of hardcore horror fans, like your normies, your mainstream horror movie goers. Like my mom loved that movie, my brother loved that movie. That's one I think just if you love movies, you're gonna enjoy Cargo.
Yeah, I'd say for this year that might be the breakout where it like breaks out into the non-horror fans will even check it out and see
and there's different kinds of horror movies. There's horror movies that are fantastic, but they're only going to appeal to horror fans. Movies like Another Wolf Cop, where it's a lot of fun, but that's for horror fans. Or Mom and Dad. It's something horror fans are going to like, probably not anybody else. But then there are movies that kind of transcend genre, and even mainstream audiences are going to recognize that it's really good, like Get Out.
Yeah, Lights Out, it was sadly disappointing because I loved the little short film. I thought that was great, but then we went and saw it, and it seemed like your typical jump scare studio.
And I was so excited because it was
watered down horror movie for like teenagers. And
pardon me, I was excited because it was the same director, and I love all of his short films. He's got a ton of them on his YouTube channel, but I didn't like it. I thought it was a lot of that kind of cheap.
It's like, let's try and make teenagers drop their popcorn or something.
Yeah, it's
cheap
like, jump scare crap.
Yeah,
it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but it wasn't very good either.
It was disappointing. But we need to see Castle Rock.
And that short film is really genuinely creepy, and they were able to scare me in only a few minutes, whereas that movie was about an hour and 20 minutes long, and it didn't scare me once. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, I have to agree. And what was up with the overzealous promotion of Sun Chips in Lights Out? That was very distracting.
Is it just because Sun Chips, Lights Out? There's something funny about that? I didn't get it either.
Zachary, I do have Terrifier. I'm yawning so much.
Yeah, you are. I'm getting tired.
I guess. I have Terrifier, but I haven't seen it yet. I really want to, though, because I thought art was one of the scariest things of All Hallows Eve. So I'm excited to check that out.
Well, should we save some of the stream for tomorrow? Because I think we just did tomorrow's stream.
Well, tomorrow we're doing our wrap-up of what we watched.
Which is kind of what we've been doing.
But no, tomorrow we're going to talk specifically about what movies we watched. Today we're just like, what's in the horror news?
Okay.
Dude.
The ending was problematic.
Yeah, I had issues with the ending. Emma. Why did I say her name weird? Emma.
We love Emma. She's great.
My cousin's name is Emma.
I love that Emma as well.
I do.
If she's somehow watching.
I doubt it.
She's awesome.
She's too busy.
We need to go to England and visit.
Yep.
One of these days. Right now we got to pay off this house. So
yeah. Yeah, my little cousin Emma is 22, and she's studying to be a animal caretaker, kind of like a vet, but more like with horses and stuff in England. So she's at Otley College, I think is where she goes.
Well, you're not remembering much, so. Gonzalo.
Truth or Dare was pretty bad, but I think the worst movie of the year for me was Day of the Dead Bloodline. And as far as big studio movies, God, I have to look at my list. If you guys follow me on Letterboxd, this information is all there.
Death House.
I haven't seen it yet, but I did hear my friend Haley from 52 Weeks of Horror is in it. So,
and we've met Kane Hodder and Barbara Crampton and stuff, and they've all talked about it.
Dee Wallace.
Yeah, they all tell us that it's probably not going to be the movie we're hoping it's going to be, but they do say that there's some great performances by all the horror legends that we love. So for that alone, we should check it out when it does eventually come the fuck out.
Looking at my list of 2018 releases, I'd say the biggest release on here that I think was disappointing was The Open House. I thought The Open House was kind of garbage. We did review that a while ago. And Truth or Dare is pretty low on there too.
For you, you have
Day of the Dead Bloodline is by far the worst.
Yeah, you have The Midnight Man pretty low. I have it low, but not as low as you. Didn't care much for.
But you can look both of us up on Letterboxd.
Please follow us.
If you want to see what I'm watching, I update it every time I watch a movie, and I follow Emma on there. And there's lots of great people from the horror community on Letterboxd. So It's a good place to go.
I liked Victor Crowley. I mean, I think that...
Victor Crowley was fun. The ending was a little abrupt for me, but it was really fun.
But I think that's because it's going to be another trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first 3 all take place within the same weekend, and now they're going to do the same thing with the Victor Crowley
And I just love, oh God, what's her name?
Which one?
Jack wants to know if we're on Skype or Google Hangouts. Do you want to see if he wants to host a stream and we can guest on his, or do you want to bring him over to ours?
Just ask him what he wants to do.
You do it. You're next to the keyboard. I need some coffee, though. Sorry, I'm yawning. I got the yawns. I'm glad we're streaming, though, because I missed everybody so much. Gotta do, like, a hangout or something with everybody.
/ question mark. Terror Train. Oh, man, that's a movie.
You know, Gonzalo, I haven't seen Terror Train either.
Yeah?
It's one of those... I feel like every horror fan... I would love to hear your guys's. I feel like every horror fan has, like, this really big movies that everyone assumes that they've seen, and they haven't. And for me, one of those is Terror Train.
Just watched it, he said. So, how'd you feel about that prank in the beginning of the movie?
I know my buddy Jay from Bloodbath and Beyond has never seen Phantasm. Like, everybody has one.
Yeah, there's a bit much in the Perry Shen autograph scene, but that book has actually been released. It's a real book.
I'm so happy that they dropped Dong in the beginning of Victor Crowley.
They dropped the Dong, all right.
Literally.
Ugh, it was not a good Dong.
I
don't like any Dong, but that was...
nudity.
All right, well.
Jack wants to know if we're streaming already. See, yeah, but we were kind of getting ready to wrap it up, so we can move on over to his. Hey, yeah, we could raid his. We could send everybody over to his. Do that.
All right.
So we can all go over to Jack's stream.
If he wants to.
If he wants to. I don't know. He's had a rough night. Yeah, I just love everything Adam Green does. Adam Green, whether you like the movies or not, it's undeniable that he has so much passion for the genre and for the movies of this genre.
His taste isn't for everybody, but I admit that. But I just admire the man so much because that's what he wants to do.
I mean, another one like that is Rob Zombie, where I don't like all his movies. I don't care for Halloween 2. I'm not big on House of a Thousand Corpses, but it's undeniable that he's got such extreme passion for his movies and for the genre.
He ain't doing it for anybody other than the way he wants to express himself, and I respect
did like
that.
Lords of Salem a lot, though.
That's pretty good. I like the Devil's Rejects. I thought it was a lot better than House of a Thousand Corpses. And I really wish that they would have made a spin-off of Devil's Rejects where Diamond Dallas Page and Danny Trejo were the main characters. Because they were my favorite part of the Devil's Rejects. I wanted more of them. But, oh well. So, like I said. And I love, one thing I can really say that's good about Adam Green and Rob Zombie is they cast phenomenally.
Oh, yeah.
They always bring in all the horror legends that from all the movies that we grew up loving. They always make sure those people get work in their movies.
And I really liked 31, even though a lot of people didn't like that.
I thought it was pretty good. I wasn't, like, blown away by it, but I liked it.
I think that's the best Sherry Moon Zombie's been in a movie.
Yeah.
She kicked some ass.
She finally kind of had more to her, anyways.
And I think the Halloween remake was alright. I didn't really I didn't need all that backstory, and I don't like Michael being a mama's boy, but I liked it. I didn't care for part 2, though.
Nah, I didn't like Ghost Mom at all.
No.
One was but you can watch my review on that if you want to know my deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts with Danny Nightmare.
With Jack Handy.
Deep thoughts in a shallow pool. That should be like a book or something.
That should be your biography.
Deep thoughts in a shallow pool. That sounds about right.
Oh yeah, Michael Dougherty's really great.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna probably do a reaction of the. I need your coffee.
You should go get some coffee.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
You okay hosting by yourself?
Yeah.
Don't talk shit about me when I'm gone. Guys, if he talks shit about me while I'm gone, let me know in the comments. Want coffee?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I could use another beer, though.
Okay.
So, other than horror movies, what have you guys gone out and done for summer? Like, have you hit the lake or the beach? Whatever, seen anywhere in the world? What have you guys been doing Stay alive. Stay cool. Has the heat been killing you? Where do y'all live? Tell me about your summer fun. Let's see. Yeah, Zach, 4 a.m. is late. It's usually... I go to bed around 4 to sometimes 6 a.m. because I usually don't even get off work until around 3 a.m. So come home, have dinner, edit for a couple hours, and go to bed, wake up, and go to work. But I'm sure you know all about the editing. Oh. Real James, you've been making masks, huh? Sweet. Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Emma. It is winter down there. So, how you been staying warm? Is there a lot of snow for your winter, Emma, or is it just, like, cold? Or do you actually get, like, snowfall and, like, make snowmans and stuff? I believe it was you, Emma, that was telling me that, like, even in your guys' summer, which is Christmas, you still have, like, snowman decorations and stuff. That seems weird. It'd be like really hot, but here's a snowman decoration. Chop Block's been animating. Alright, animating is very interesting. I would... Huh. Pretty chilly for Gonzala as well, because you guys are below that prime meridian border, whatever. Alabama, hot as balls. Alright, Christopher St. John. Yeah, I'd imagine that it's muggy as fuck down there. But hey, swimming and fishing. Good stuff. Laws loves to go swimming. He's been fishing a couple of times. He enjoys it, but he loves it. I took Laws out swimming, and me and him both got sunburned. But it was worth it. We had fun. Maurice the Beast became friends with Maine and R.A. Mihalov. I can't pronounce that, sorry. That sounds interesting. Oh, sweet. Ben went and saw Smashing Pumpkins. How was it? I've seen Smashing Pumpkins, but it was Endfest... I want to say Endfest 2007? So it was a while ago, but I enjoyed Smashing Pumpkins. They were great live. It was 2006. It was one of those two. You get... Yeah, I know you get summer. I've seen those Wolf Creek movies. It looked like it was hot as balls in the desert. Actually, every Australian movie I've ever seen, it looks like it was hot as balls. Even the Crocodile Hunter, he was running around in that hot red looking sand and like jumped to grab a snake and then poof, like spit dust out of his mouth. I like the Crocodile Hunter movie though. I thought it was pretty cool, even though it was like a kid's movie. And I love what's that weird Australian horror movie? It's like Drive-In, where they go to like, it's like an apocalyptic wasteland, but they all get put into like this drive-in and they have to like stay in their cars. It's almost like prison. They're not allowed to leave. That movie was fucking crazy, but I loved it. Let's see what we got here. Phoenix. Oh yeah. Well, Maurice might have the hottest of them all then, because Phoenix... I've been to Arizona, and Phoenix is actually the only city in Arizona I ever went to. I was at the airport, and it was going to be a while for my next flight, so I was going to, like, leave the airport and go check out Phoenix. It was fucking hot. I was outside for a little while, and I went right back into the airport to cool off in the AC. Jesus Christ, I almost melted. I was on my way to Atlanta, Georgia to do a TNA wrestling thing, and, it was pretty thick and muggy in Atlanta, Georgia, too, but Arizona, whoo, that was like, fuck. I could fry an egg on myself if I went outside. Oh, sweet, reunion tour of Smashing Pumpkins. I bet it was great. Alright, Art, you take it easy and you sleep well. Gory yelled at me from the stairs. She says goodnight, Oddly Heart.
I did not say that. I did not.
Cut to Emma living in... Oh, you got yourself some chocolate pie, did you?
I got it for both of us.
Sure you did.
What's Emma doing? Does Emma want to come hang out?
I don't know. She might.
Is Jack coming here?
I think he's setting up, so I think we're going to go to his.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's what give me a minute to set up means. I was just asking them what they've been doing all summer. Like, they've been telling me some cool stuff, so...
Ooh.
And they also been
What's
telling
that?
me how fucking hot it is wherever they all been.
Yeah.
Emma's got winter right now, so.
That is so crazy. I would love to go, because it gets so hot here during the summer.
Yeah.
I would love to visit Australia during our summer, her winter, and get out of the heat. Want some pie?
Oh! Stabbed my throat.
Whatever.
It was for pie, so it was worth it.
It's gory bee movie, not fluffy bunny bee movie.
One of these days we're going to have to go down under and we'll take whatever we can that would... that sucks because like in the airport you can't take weapons, but how are we going to defend ourselves against crocodiles and spiders?
Emma!
She better have a lot of that like ready to go.
She grew up there, dude. She can beat up drop bears and spiders.
Drop bears. Fuck yeah. She's at work right now.
That's so crazy.
Sometimes I do that, like on my lunch break. I just see who's streaming
I
and who's doing
noticed.
stuff. Yeah, I was in the Wolfilo one last one. And there was a couple other ones I was on not too long ago.
I'm sorry you guys are watching me eat pie.
At least it's pie. Could be a lot worse.
How's the Horror Addicts stream? Great pie.
Yeah. Got a lot of frosting on their lips.
Oh, she's going to Scandinavia? Well, that'd be cool. I hope you vlog a lot when you're over there, because I'd love to see that place.
Cool. One of these days you're going to have to hit up the West Coast. Come visit us and Guru and everybody else.
You know what Emma and I said we'd do? When she comes and visits us, we're going to get our inside of our lips tattooed.
Oh, cool. What are you going to have it say?
I can't remember. We had a plan, and now I can't remember. I just remember the tattoo part of it.
If I were going to get a tattoo there, I'd probably get like the little star from Mario. But I don't need a lip tattoo, I don't think.
Well, Emma and I are going to do it.
Yeah, you guys would pull it off a lot better than I would.
And Maven, if we can get her to do it.
Whatever happened to Maven's plans to move to Portland?
Yeah, whatever happened to those plans?
Emma, do you know? She was going to move to Portland, and that's a lot closer to us than where she is now. Like down in Florida. Yeah. Oh well. Maybe it just fell through.
I'm really bad at checking Instagram, but I will.
Just been working on flyers. Everybody's been telling me they went and saw like Smashing Pumpkins and
Smashing Pumpkins?
yeah, Ben Grimm.
I want to see Smashing Pumpkins. That's so cool. We had ZZ Top here in town today.
Maurice, if we are not on when you get back, check out Jack's channel because we'll probably be on that. I think that's the plan. So.
Ooh, Maurice might tag us in a video. Sweet. We have to do that Vincent Price tag on Dino's channel too.
Oh, I remember I think they're the Hellhounds of Horror now, but they used to be Blood and Hot Cheetos. Mm-hmm. They tagged me in a video, and I made the video. I just never got around to finish editing it. So
you should do that.
It's like about a year old now, I think.
And as far as things
for
as far as things for the channel, we're gonna start signing up people for the Creepy Channel Crawl. I think in November, and working on the Oscars in December. And I just gave our Discord a whole freaking makeover. So the link to our Discord is, I believe, in the description of almost all our videos. Our Discord we did a lot of work on that. And we just overhauled our whole Patreon. So there's tons of rewards on there for, like, I think the lowest one's like only $1. So yeah, I've been doing lots of work on that stuff. And of course, just editing videos.
Yes, and we can't wait to do both the Oscars and the Creepy Channel Crawl. We're going to hopefully, since, like you said, we're going to space them out a little farther this time and be a little more prepared.
Creepy Channel Crawl will be in January 2019.
Yeah, so it's not the same. Because they were really close together last time, and
yeah.
It was fun, but it was not easy to do that back-to-back.
Well, if Jack starts streaming here in a bit, maybe we can get Emma on as well. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Okay, he's using Hangouts. Come on in.
All right. So, guys, we're gonna say goodbye. Let's all head on over to Count Jacula's channel.
Let's cheer him up. He's got a sad.
He's had a hard time.
His kitten had a bad day. When you're
all right, let's give them a link. I'm sure they know where it is, but just in case, I'm gonna give them a link before we say goodbye.
Okay.
You keep talking while I type. Wait, you type. You're closer to the keyboard. Count Jack Eula.
Emma wants the Creepy Channel Crawl spot this year.
Yes, I would love to have her on that.
I
and
want her
back
on the
to
Oscars. She didn't get to be on the Oscars either, huh?
No, because we didn't give her enough notice.
That's true. It was a very short notice thing.
I want to be on Does This Offend You or do an intro sometime. That'd be cool. So here's a link to Count Jackula's channel. Let's all head on over there. Let's cheer Jack up because he's had a hard day.
When your kitten has a hard day, you have a hard day. So.
Yeah, poor little Goma's got a head wound. So let's head on over there and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
And of course, remember, you can find us on Twitter, Facebook. Links are on the bottom there, Patreon, and of course, check out our brand new revamped Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
That's it for now. Hope to see you in a bit.
Thanks for watching. Cut!